Okay, so welcome to session number 24. I think all the cameras are working. And we do have someone who's not listed as being there, so I better put them in there. 2 S's, not 3. So, today at the table we have Ross.
G'day. I am playing Wop, follower of the BBC Pantheon and a student of Ekithump. Currently, what was it? Yeah, was it scooting back from our destroying of Genesys?
Well, you had this really epic fight where you did manage to shoot people with your hand cannon.
Yes.
Speaking of characters shooting people with a hand cannon, we then move on to Ariadna.
He's Shadow, sometimes also known as Cat Shadow. I'm awakened, but definitely not woke. Elf, who got fired while trying to pull off a Robin Hood. Most people, when they see me, will generally see me in some kind of hood. So they probably won't know that I have purple blue hair and blue eyes with purple irises. I only have a couple of guns, but apparently I can shoot really well with them because we took out a few guys last
Yes, you put someone down legless.
Yeah, absolutely legless.
Well, the place we live in, sort of.
It is, technically.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you still haven't got my one where one shot 2 people.
Yeah, no, I'm goals. You gotta have goals.
That hand cannon is amazing, especially when the bullets go through. Online today we have Jeremy.
Good evening all, yes. I'm playing Desmond Deadshot, the elven go-ganger. Well, I started as a scoundrel, but a courier, but so he decided that, hey, his dream was in fact to join the Ancients go-ganger. So he's got his a bike at the moment, and he might get a new bike soon because he just found out that apparently the grandfather and the family never knew about has left him something in the will that he'll be certainly to chase up at some point.
Hopefully it's more than a paperback novel. But hey, some families treasure different things.
But okay, he's also an elf, yeah. Slender build, big white mohawk, and the eyes that are, well, one of them still looks the same, but the other's definitely going down the Deadshot pathway.
He's got the crosshairs. So he's always looking like he's on target.
Deadshot's always on target.
Desrin did manage to miss last session.
You just don't know what he was aiming for.
Also online we have David.
Hello. I'm David. I am assuming I'm playing Groy's Shadowfingers.
You are tonight.
I would have thought Georgie.
You are tonight, Georgie, because we lost half the D&D players.
That's right. Easy as well. I'm playing Georgie, the lovable idiot clone, smart guy, tough guy, and not really the actual smartest guy in the world.
But he is the most replicated guy in the world at the moment.
Everybody not just wants to be you, they probably are you.
I wouldn't be surprised actually if Georgie was the smartest guy in the world if he was all in one place.
Yeah,
Add all the IQs
it's
together.
basically Highlander, so he has to kill all of his clones to become a real boy, at which point he will ascend this plane and leave you all on this mortal realm.
Kind of like this storyline. It
So is that
it's
what
really
the
dark.
island is? So
Yeah.
it's basically a Highlander, but so Georgie gets the equipment.
Highlander Pinocchio.
No, I was also thinking also the movie Island. It wasn't the island.
Oh yeah, yes.
Mixing the island with
Yep.
the equivalent of the Running Man and Highlander, and it all works well together. Yes.
But he runs around with a sledgehammer instead of a sword.
That's okay, it still takes heads off.
Yep. So so it becomes Georgie the head taker.
Well, it's the only way to get ahead. And so yes,
No, you didn't.
I did. I really did.
No remorse there either.
And hey, I have been watching some of those extremely violent cartoons that show how superheroes can do the same thing. The Invincible cartoon on Amazon is what I just finished watching today. So yes, your characters have just come back from a bloodbath in the Barrens where you managed to take out the leaders of rival gangs in the region that was competing for your gang's territory.
But most importantly, we recovered the Genghis Khan chip.
You did recover the Genghis Khan chip.
Yeah, unfortunately, the one that you really want is the one that is going to be very hard to get.
Well, it's easy. You just follow the trail of bodies when they start showing up.
Yeah, it's just that trying to get ahead of the bodies is the hard part.
You just take it off with the net. Then you've got a head of a body. Sorry, couldn't help the bad jokes. It's one of those days. So yes, you made.
That's all right. We'll just put a wig on Womp and send him down the short dress. That'll get us ahead.
Just because I got a better charisma than you do.
I am sure Womp will look better in the dress.
Okay, so that means I have to go to my third contact, Serge, the elf in that store, the clothing store.
Quite possibly. So yes, you wake up the day after your battle, all feeling relaxed, and most of you didn't actually get hit by anything. No. You managed to get through that combat without taking much in the way of damage.
That's because
We
we
did.
basically ambushed them.
So showing just how deadly an ambush can be if you've got the right situation. You had the higher ground.
Yeah.
You had darkness on your side, whereas they were standing firmly in the light.
Yep.
They couldn't actually see you to shoot at you,
And we had them surrounded.
and you had them surrounded. And you had a Georgie, which really
Thanks,
did,
I really like Georgie.
Yeah, well, George is the only one
important.
who went into hand-to-hand combat. Crazy son of a bitch.
Well, by the time he got into hand-to-hand combat, there wasn't many hands to combat with. No.
But there were a few legs lying around.
There were a few legs. So yes, you wake up feeling refreshed, and you do hear on the news that there's a panic starting up over the city over a serial killer that has just emerged. It's taken him to have killed 15 women in Redmond for it to even make the news.
Okay.
Mate, Redmond is a slum.
Yeah.
And all the people who were killed didn't have an ID. And so by the time they actually got round to advertising it, 15 people had been killed.
It's probably more. Unless he's leaving them in obvious spots.
The well,
So just looking
We-
up the list while you figure out what you're doing.
yeah. So we are aware that the third chip is exactly Ripper chip.
You are.
So Desmond will certainly aim to take a close look at the stories and see what information's out about them.
I've got a list of all the things somewhere in here. I'm just trying to get it quickly. It's remembering where everything is and not actually having a physical printout of it makes it hard. Because I love how they've stuck some stuff after the fact and some stuff before, so you've got to try to balance where it actually sits. Oh, I think I finally got it. Okay, so on the news, you basically have someone who calls himself Khan has taken over leadership of the Blood Rumblers Go Gang. He has been able to persuade the leadership of 3 other major Go gangs, the Red Rovers, I-Fivers, and Spike Wheels, that combined could control the Redmond Barrens. A big war council is scheduled near Union Hill Road, and they're expecting to have some outcome from that. And that's a big news piece that is on the news at the moment. It's been played from the previous night.
So the news hasn't caught up yet. There's no reference to a bloodbath in a warehouse.
It is in Redmond after all. So
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting there would have been. I was just double checking. So
the news is a little bit
the
behind.
news of Redmond is a good 48 hours behind the times.
And the one that they have on there is that there is a maniac loose hunting down joy boys and joy girls and then cutting them off. And they say it's not like the werewolf that was killing people the year before.
What's a joy boy, joy girl?
Prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I didn't want to make assumptions.
It's okay. Always good to go down that path. And basically, they say the terrorism has been happening over the last 4 nights, and that they have been able to identify, and 9 victims in those 4 nights have had their throats slashed.
Wow.
Though they think there's a lot more that have been attributed to the same person, but not actually discovered.
Okay.
Because hey, it is the Redmond Barrens, and things do crawl in the shadows.
A Redmond Barrens kind of like Cryo?
Probably. Stab Central.
Yep.
So is he actually taking on the full persona of Jack the Ripper? So he's also doing mutilations as well, or is just
It is believed from what you've heard from each of the others who have had one of these chips, and with SoCal himself, is that the chip overwrites the personality of the user.
Yeah.
And whatever the chip was designed to do, you go off and do.
So this is not necessarily the responsibility of the person, like with, can't remember the girl's name.
Val.
Val, yeah. She's, you know, this...
And they have no memory of the events of why the chip was in.
Yeah. So whoever's doing this may find themselves pulled to discover.
But everything we've heard about was Griffin was a bastard anyway,
Yeah.
like Cooperman.
Well, the big thing about Griffin was he was a just shy of a cyber psycho in his augmentation.
oh
Yep.
great.
And
So he'll be easy to take down when he's got the additional skills of Jack the Ripper.
and the chip augments the existing abilities, not replacing them.
So, did you say how many they had?
They have 9 attributed so far, but they believe many more were killed because people go missing in the Barrens all the time, and depending on how you dispose of the body, no one will ever find it.
And what was the period of time that this
Last 4 days they've been identified.
last 4 days? So that's pretty high for a minimum of 9. You're looking at 2 to almost 3 people a day, and I'm guessing these are all single individuals. You know, they're not being killed in groups.
He's a cyber psycho. He probably couldn't care less.
They
Well,
are.
Well, but if he's doing Jack Ripper style, I'm assuming there'd been care and delicacy taken with individual attention.
Exactly. So you do it one-on-one if you're doing it Jack the Ripper. It's not like spree killing or mass killing, which is a little bit different. Is there indication that he is purposefully emulating Jack the Ripper?
No, there's no information on that. All it's saying is, looking at it, that 9 murders that they've been able to identify basically 9 people with sins.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a system identification number, you're not a person.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
I thought you
Fake
were
sim.
being a religious fanatic for a second there. No.
That's why I put the extra specifics in there. And that means that there could be a lot more that didn't have sins.
I don't know if it's appropriate now, but certainly somewhere along the game, because my memory doesn't work. You said that at some point I can develop a contact of a street cop. I think this session might be the session where I do that if
Yep, that is
if
possible.
the stars align.
And basically, the number of street boys and girls looking for payment has reduced greatly.
Oh yeah.
So that's why they think the people with IDs are now being targeted. Because those without IDs are in hiding. Because they were there's reports that a lot of them have been killed off already.
So was the street cop, was it Harry Callahan?
Sure. Why not? It can be our contact because Martin said that we can develop them as pairs as well. A gathering you're talking about, is it 45 or 44?
Is this
That he has. Dirty Harry
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Val didn't know where Griffin's normal hangout was, did she?
She doesn't, but you also learned from SoCal that while he would have access to his previous locations, there's a good chance he won't use them because
They're not Jack the Ripper's previous locations.
they're not Jack the Ripper's previous locations. He would
That-
he would happily take and utilize the capabilities of those locations, but would make their own.
Yeah. Did the news reports provide any description of locations of the killings, or just the Barrens?
They talk about the Redmond Barrens, and the police are on the Bellevue side of it.
Yeah.
So that's where the ID people have been cropping up.
Yeah.
But of course, at the same time, with the dragon in the Barrens and the Dragon Knights there as well, there's a lot of reasons why people have gone into hiding.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said they're all from the Redmond Barrens?
Hey, Martin,
Yeah.
your sound keeps cutting out, I think, from my end. Don't know if David's having a similar problem, but...
Also,
Yeah, sure am.
I'm wondering whether it might be the idea of having tried to cut the background noise or whatever might be having an impact. But
is that any better?
no, certainly when the sound is not when it's audible, like when you go through, it's all quite clear. But yeah, they're probably better at the moment.
Okay, well, all the microphones seem to be working. I sometimes forget to actually put microphones up.
Last game.
All good,
though,
no, okay then.
David flagged the background music.
I haven't got it streaming to them at the moment.
Oh, okay. Alright. Cool.
So it's mainly for here, and
Yep.
it means that it's not as dead space
Yeah.
if you're watching it later.
Yeah, no, that's okay. No, I agree. I just didn't realise that you had already accounted for that.
Well, so unless anyone's got any other ideas on exactly how we can
How
track
do you
down
take
where
down
Jack
a
the Ripper...
cyber psycho? That's the thing.
Well, I'm just thinking of the fact that, Desmond's happy to go back to some of these, walk the streets a bit, go to the contacts and see what they know about if either Griffin's been seen around or a Jack the Ripper wannabe's been seen around.
Though you also have your different runs that you've got still on the plate. The Silver Angel and the DNA DOA, as well as finishing off your bodyguard duties for Mercurial, so the people currently hunting her stop hunting her.
I think
Yes.
Silver Angel, we have to wait for Bolt to be up.
I believe that is correct.
So, what were the other ones that you mentioned? Mercurial bodyguard duties?
Mercurial bodyguard duties. Let me see.
So that the main thing stopping on that is the fact that last time we tried to progress, a dragon went through and whopped 3/4 of the party, and we've got to try and get into the Dragon Knight's headquarters that's being underneath the dragon right now.
Yep. So you can either do that physically or electronically. So you could task SoCal to chase that up for you.
Probably be safer doing electronically.
Well, it's certainly something I'm thinking that we'd want to have everyone all hands on deck.
Well, the thing is, you're going to be going up against a dragon, which we can't go up against a dragon.
But
And
certainly, go on, Crowbar.
The DOA one was where you're trying to steal some data. Basically, as technology facility in Tacoma, which is where Womp's family works.
So that's another run.
Yeah, that's the other run,
It's
and
called DOA, was it?
it's called DOA.
DNA/DOA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's the one that's offering you an extra 60,000 on delivery. But unknown to the rest of the party, Womp's been told that if he doesn't take the prize to a third party, he won't have his sister.
That's right. He couldn't sell his sister for 50k,
So,
so
are they actually after the information or the money?
They're after the information.
Okay.
Because information is money for most corporations.
well, so Declan certainly
You can always copy it.
keen to, he's keen to stay on the track of this of Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
If only because they're going around killing some of our friends and neighbours in the Barrens.
Yeah, I was going to say, this one seems kind
So
of more...
he'd be keen to, so effectively, if we haven't got any other leads for him, to talk to people on the street and find out if there's any indication as to exactly where he's been operating, because obviously the news broadcasts just say in that large area outside west of Bellevue.
Is that a bit
no one
like
really cares about.
saying, summer on the north coast?
So, whereas I suspect that people who live in the area probably have a better knowledge of what might have been going on for the last few days.
I'm happy to pursue this. It seems to be escalating at the moment, so it seems to be the higher priority. What about Womp and Georgie? Are they happy
Well,
to...
we just need to work out how to take down a cyber psycho.
Quickly.
They wanted the chip in working order or not?
Yes. You get paid for working order, which means you can't ionize the person.
That's what I was
Which
going
is
to
also
do.
why when we did the ambush on Genghis Khan, Declan had to specify multiple times, especially the Georgie,
Don't shoot the head.
don't hit them in the head.
Which is why Shadowstar took out his legs. Quite effective.
Okay. Is there a bigger gun than a hand cannon?
Yep.
Well, a hand cannon's just a big pistol.
Yeah, but I think there's still... That doesn't need...
There are tanks. That's a bigger gun.
Um,
And then there's the Thor shots. They're bigger guns.
I also
Aren't
wouldn't
those from satellites?
They are crowbars from space.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm glad that you don't have... Oh, what is it? Oh,
Hey,
orbitals.
they're guided crowbars, so they're
Yeah.
smart crowbars.
I also wouldn't mind looking at getting some other weapons, but that might not be...
Well, you can spend time doing so, but you have managed to get a bunch of weapons last session that you'd spent a week chasing.
Oh, did we? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Ross had chased the weapons up,
Okay,
which is
right,
why
so
you
we-
had the...
We have weapons,
You still
I
have
just
those
don't
weapons.
remember them. That's
But
fine.
those weapons have also been used in a massacre.
Okay, so I might need new weapons.
You will eventually want new weapons.
Is it possible, as Ross suggested, for us to maybe chase up a street cop contact named Harry Callahan, who might part with an old gun or two, maybe one that hasn't been used in a murder?
Look, the street cop would be less likely to give you weapons to use in crimes, because hey,
I was trying to be amusing.
No, it's... I think... Okay, paint rounds.
Paint rounds?
Well, we can blind the crap out of it.
I think we should hit the streets like Desron said.
Okay. So, did either of you want to have the heli character?
I wouldn't mind developing, since it seems like the good opportunity to develop a street cop or a detective. You said. I don't mind which. I guess it's GM's choice. But
Oh no, I'm happy to leave it for players' choice. If you want a street cop or a detective, they have completely different things.
A detective would probably give us more information about serial killing. Is that?
Well, it is Detective Callahan.
Yeah. Well, there you
Callahan,
go.
I should say.
Callahan. Yeah. So I'll go for detective then.
You can go for detective. Okay, so yes, you managed to get Detective Callahan on the line. He goes, Shadow Style, how may I help you? You haven't killed anyone recently, have you?
Killed is the operative word there, and the answer is no.
That's good, because I don't really want to have to clean up another mess.
The operative word was recently, and obviously that's within the last 30 seconds.
There you go. I really like the way Desron's perspective on this.
No, the thing is, you weren't responsible for the death. You just took out the legs.
Exactly. But we're not telling Harry that.
Yep.
Do I know Detective Callahan well enough to call him Harry?
Probably. It's up to you.
I was just talking about dead piles and messes. I was just looking on the news at these serial killings, or these poor kids getting sliced up down in Redmond Barrens. I was just having had some ties there, family ties and things like that. I just was kind of curious to see if there's anything we can do to help identify this guy, maybe bring him in, or put a stop to him.
If you've got some time, you can always meet me down by one of the street docks in Bellevue. Redmond. I have a couple of how would I say it? Low profile bodies sitting there that are not important enough to go to the city morgue.
So Ebenezer's place.
That would probably be one of the places that it would go to, yes.
I can head right over.
He can't officially look into them. If you could let him know what you find from those,
yep, no problem.
He'd appreciate it as a good solid.
Yeah, no problems. Did you sit down on the docks?
Down at the Redmond Barrens.
Redmond Barrens. Yeah.
Okay, so David's having some connection issues. I'll see if I can connect him in again. Okay.
I'll let the guys know that I've got a lead.
Well, David, he's stationary and connection issues.
Okay, so I haven't got street smarts yet. Street smarts. And proper upbreathing.
Okay, so He may be popping in and out depending on how he goes. Okay, so yes, he gives you an address which and you recognise as Ebenezer's.
Okay. Ebenezer's address. Yep.
Okay, certainly if we're going down to the Barrens, then while we're on the way there, okay, Deck's going to be happy to try and chat to a contact in the Barrens. Like, say, I haven't listed down the idea of Redmond Barren contacts. Declan grew up in the area and has historical connections, so I'm assuming like effectively squatters or gangers or stuff like that. So
Well,
And probably even people who do the equivalent of deliver mail, drop food deliveries, street sweepers, people who maintain it enough for everyone to live and get paid for it.
yeah.
Not necessarily by the city council.
Yep. So yeah. Working on the idea that, well, okay, those guys might have a contact detail, but let's say
All the leads we
looking
can
squatters, they may not, but
get, every lead we can get, the more info we can collate on this, the better. So if you've got contacts that can add into our contacts, I think that's all better.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll try and contact a local in the area to see what they know about exactly where these killings have been happening, so we can at least try and narrow the field, and hopefully the street cop can probably also talk about it too. But
Okay, so while you're trying to call in, you realise that there's currently a busy signal in the Barrens. There's a possibility that the Barrens exchange has been overloaded again because, hey, they've said there's something wrong in the Barrens. And it's just on the news, so you might be like everyone else in the city who knows someone in the Barrens calling the Barrens.
yeah, excellent. Then in that case, then I will aim to. When were you meeting your cop? Immediately, like in the sense that we drive down effectively straight away? Or?
Yeah, more of a as soon as you can get there basis.
He had actually asked you to look in on it and get back to him because he can't officially look into it because they weren't. They weren't registered voters.
My guess is the sooner the better, because we don't know how long the bodies are going to stay at Ebenezer's. The longer they're there, the more chance they might be interfered with, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's right. More just the my thought was, since Declan's probably driving, he was going to go past Jimmy's squat.
Well, there's no reason why we can't stop off there.
Talk to him on the phone.
Yeah, there's no reason we can't stop off there. So I'm guessing we're heading to the Batmobiles, so to speak.
Getting in Desrin's van.
Is my car available?
It is,
How
though.
many people fit in my car at the moment?
Well,
do you want to take your car into the Barrens?
Let's go in your van for now. I let my car know where I'm going, though.
okay. It beeps.
Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks I'm a little bit crazy because I talk to my car all the time, but
Well, it does have voice-activated systems.
it does.
Okay, so yes, you pile into Desrin's van. Unfortunately, Womp has to go in the back. Yeah.
Womp's kind of used to that.
Yeah. He can fit through the back door, but he can't fit through the passenger or driver door.
Well, we can always get a convertible.
Don't
I
damage the
can't
bike.
actually do that.
I know, but I can make this into a convertible.
No, let's not do that.
Depends on whether you want to walk.
Desrin actually bought this one. It's not a rental. Okay, so
Don't damage the bike in the back there either. because that's the real reason you bought a van, not to carry everyone, to carry the bike.
Actually, can that bike's sit a troll?
No. Well, you could sit on the bike, but it wouldn't drive.
I could just basically do what the 3-year-old does and just boom, use my legs, this scooter.
You could do a lot of things, like walk.
I was going to say, I don't know how long that would actually last before Desrin...
I'm not as heavy as Flogger. Flogger's heavier than me.
Yeah.
Yes, but still, you sitting on the bike would just make all the shocks go boom.
Yeah, there might not be...
Well, it means that it was a piece of crap in the first place.
What you misunderstanding is, it doesn't matter how big or small or what you are, you're not Desrin.
He doesn't share well.
I was going to say, is it biologically, is there a bio lock on there?
That's why I was saying, I'll just roll it around using my feet.
This butt print doesn't match. Oh dear. Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so heading down.
Heading down.
So has Desmond actually deleted all the troll porn off his phone?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's opened it.
I really don't want to go there.
No, Georgie went crazy with people's phones.
I'm hopefully we're getting in the van and we're going.
Yeah, so if you receive an email from Georgie, do not open it.
Oh, thank you for the warning.
Okay, so you end up spending about half an hour getting out to Redmond. As you're driving along, there's guides saying currently Redmond is experiencing some technical difficulties and the grid guide is not available in Redmond.
Which guide?
The grid guide,
Grid
which
guide,
is the
yeah.
automated driving services.
When was it available in Redmond?
And that implies that sometimes it is available in Redmond.
That's weird.
Yep. So did you say...
But this is the first time you've driven a car with the grid guide working.
Oh, okay.
Did you say you wanted to stop at Jimmy's?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the 7-Eleven thing?
No. It's just, more a case of not stopping at Jimmy's per se. It's more, as we're driving to your street dock for the area, Declan might have to do a couple laps of a block and things like that just to see if he can spot Jimmy sitting down on his cardboard out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Street contact.
So yeah, we'll I gather you know the way there, so we'll do that first.
Okay, so let's see.
So does holy attack actually affect people?
Holy, let me have a quick look.
That's the one that affects spirits and that.
Magic. Okay, I just have to switch over to attack and holy. It just means that if you're attacking spirits, they get extra damage. So you'll do normal damage to non-spirits. It doesn't make it spirit only.
Okay.
To make it spirit only, you need to use astral. Astral is different.
Okay, so I need to get astral to use that to cleanse items.
Not necessarily going to cleanse the item.
No, if there's a spiritual taint to like for instance, the cyber arm has still got a lingering ghost on it. If I cast astral attack on it, that should get rid of any ghost and anything else on it.
Depends on that ghost in the machine.
No, well, the ghost in the machine, that's all technical babbo thing. I'm talking about spiritual sense, not technical, which is not my forte.
You don't know, you'll have to try. That's the theoretically it should.
Yeah, well, the problem is I need to get a really good fake sim so I can go to the uni to put in my hypothesis.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jeremy, do you want to describe Jimmy as you see him? He is actually out.
Okay, he's dirty, but otherwise fairly nondescript human. But hey, he's getting by, and in order to get by on the streets, he certainly has eyes and ears and knows people. That means that he's often been a useful source of information.
Okay, so you see him sitting on one of his usual steps.
So I'll pull the van up just not directly in front of him, but close by, and jump out and give him a ahoy as I move up and walk up to him.
He goes, "Ahoy, D, how can I help you?"
I've been here and it's even less safe out here than it normally is.
That's not unusual. There's always something going wrong. Especially considering he pulls out a crumpled bit of paper and shows it to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a screen grab of a security cam that shows someone looking fairly similar to you in it. There's some guy by the name of Callahan showing these pictures around. Apparently, someone looking like you really messed up somewhere else, and the trails led to here. So I thought I'd let you know you might be one of the people he'll pull in for some aggressive questioning, as he's grabbed every elf he can find, male or female.
Thanks for the heads up.
Hey,
Callahan, you say?
Yeah, he's one of those cop people. He likes to pull his gun when he talks.
I was going to say, he's being typical cop. He's just being a bit more focused in his attention right now, huh?
Yeah, though he has been diverted off to chase down, look into some of these killings that have been on the news today. Though he was out at a warehouse this morning, where the can't.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that, the rumblers and the crush and everyone.
It couldn't have happened to a nicer group.
A bit of head chopping going on, taking out the top guys.
Yeah, they're currently looking for whoever may be responsible. They're not sure if they're related to the Joy Toy murders.
What, they don't think that it was just gang get-together gone wrong?
Well, considering the number of dead people out there measuring the hundreds, it's hard to tell exactly what happened. But as there was a mass firefight that sprawled into the suburbs nearby.
Yeah, but so I would have thought they would have just put it down to gang warfare.
They would have, except the gang was fighting itself, apparently.
But it was multiple gang, wasn't it?
Well, the talk in the street was it was a new gang rising from the joining of multiple gangs, but that didn't seem to go down so well.
I was going to say, only an idiot thought they could try and control multiple gangs at once, surely.
It happens regularly. The Crimson Crush wasn't always a single orc group. Neither were the Ancients, he says, giving you a wink.
Yeah, but hey. At least when they combined, it was all elves. But yeah, so you're saying this Callahan guy's also been caught up in the Joy Boy murders?
Well, he's one of the few detectives who is attached to Redmond. So I think there's about 3 or 4 in total. So he gets all the high priority stuff thrown on his desk, and he's got to try to solve everything else at the same time.
Lucky him.
I'm sure that's why he's so gung-ho when he's questioning people.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes it okay, yeah, sure.
He's just warning you that being shot while trying to escape does happen around him a lot.
Well, yep, but hey, I'm surprised that the Star have even put 3 people around here.
They're required to at least have a certain amount, but because of the number of subscribers to the city services here, 3 to 4 cops, detectives seems to be about the max that they throw into it. Not like downtown when they've probably got about 20 or 30.
Have you heard anything, like you say, on these murders that they say? You're staying safe, are you?
Well, that's why I'm out during the day, because just about all the murders happen at night.
Yeah. Any particular areas?
Well, they started not that far from where the massacre happened, which is why they think there's some connection to the massacre and the killings.
Yeah.
And they've been heading north since then.
They're not thinking that it was these gangers have just decided to spread their love.
Gangers would more likely leave some sort of signature. Even tag the wall or person, or make some sort of claim or something like that, or even some sort of manifesto. Like in those vids.
Yeah. When he said that they effectively started around that warehouse and they've been heading north from there, what's our effective location in relation to that sort of situation?
You'd probably be so it's about 15 blocks from the warehouse to Bellevue.
Okay.
And you're probably inside the 10 to about 10ish blocks from Bellevue.
Okay, so it's the so potentially it looks like he could be headed in this direction, but he hasn't reached this direction this far yet.
He's saying that the killings have gone past here.
Oh, past here. Okay.
Because they're on the edge of Bellevue at the moment.
Yep. Which is why they've come to news. Yep.
Because until someone of importance died, it was just down as suspicious death of a non-person.
Yeah, wow. As I said, I'm surprised they've got 3 guys. This guy's got 3 guys working in those barons.
Well, each of them chases up different stuff. Most of the detective work is illegal immigrants. Trying to track down those who head to the barons to get away from corporate society.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've got one detective looking into all these other murders is not surprising, which is why
surprising they've got one really, or one that's actually trying.
Well, they do get paid bonuses for solving crimes.
Yep. Well, I expect you get paid bonus to walk in.
Well,
But hey, not that I care, because if he's going after elves, completely innocent bystanders.
From his perspective, he doesn't have to be correct to get the bonus. But this one actually seems to be trying to solve the case, which is unusual. Normally they just find the closest patsy, mark it off as complete and move on and get their bonus. He's probably why he's in the Barrens, because he's unpopular.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, has there been any rumours or stories about who the guy is doing this killing?
There are rumours that it's an elf, because the guy who's investigating it has been showing a lot of pictures of an elf around. So we're not quite sure exactly who it is, but the picture was being shown around before the killings, and the killings happened not long afterwards.
I heard that the goss that the killer was cybered up.
Well, that's news to him. No one's actually seen the killer.
So, that's the stories I heard from they say, talking about maybe they were basing it on the condition of the victims. So, Hands been cut up pretty bad.
Again, most of the time when we come across dead bodies, we don't check.
Yeah. Well, you stay safe, and thanks for the word on Callahan.
I will. The big cops they have sent out here to help him generally don't do much. They just run around, pretend to ask people questions. Most of them don't even stay to hear the answers.
And okay, as part of helping keeping him safe, I'll toss him a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
He asks how hot it is.
Hey,
He just wants to know if he needs to hide it when if the cops come around again.
well, hey, I wouldn't be showing the cops, but it shouldn't be anything serious on it. So, most important thing about it is that, hey, if someone comes for you, you'll be able to
Take care
help
of
scare them
himself.
off.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
He thanks you and says that he'll make sure it's close to him. He'll just try not to draw attention to it around.
Excellent. Don't
Sounds smart.
worry around it. Yep. You stay safe and stay well.
On the bright side, it's actually the quietest the Barrens has been in a long time. Also, doesn't help that we can't call out because someone's crashed the phone lines.
Yeah. There hasn't been any more sightings of the dragon, has there?
It's been rather quiet since you guys disappeared from the Barrens.
It's nice to know we're missed. But we'll be back, okay.
So there were rumors that there were strangers in your last hideout.
Oh, that might be worth checking out.
Yeah, well, there was a reason that we left. So, I'd stay clear of that area too.
Everyone is because those dragon knights were basically going through your old place with a fine-tooth comb.
Yep. So, yeah. So, again, thanks for the heads up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you around.
He waves, and I see you start packing up his stuff and heading inside because, well, it's starting to get a bit darker. It's not night, just looks like a storm's brewing.
Cool. And then, yep, I'll be jumping back in the van and we'll keep heading on to the street docks location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, street dock, not dockyard. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really
Actually, no, street doctor.
Yep.
I don't think Redmond's actually got a coastal.
It might have to a lake.
I'm not sure the hero.
I thought the
helps,
lake
but
was
definitely
dried up or something,
useful.
or it's not really a lake as such. You probably don't want to swim in it.
I do have maps in here, so...
So, Port Yellett might technically have a kind of a waterway with the remains of the chemical spill.
So Redmond shares a water boundary with Bellevue.
Oh, yeah. So that won't be patrolled much.
And there's a good chance that that waterway will actually be fairly decent. Lake Samarashi or something like that. Samarash. Whereas Lake Washington separates Bellevue from downtown.
And also goes into the sound, doesn't it?
Neither
I
of
think
the lakes
to the sound.
have a visible river that I can look at on the maps easily, but they probably do.
Anyway, I'm going by very much vague memories of maps from some time a long time ago. Yeah, okay, so I'll jump in and... Apologies for the unscheduled stop, but hey.
No,
Let's catch up with
it's
friends.
useful. It's useful.
Okay, so you find yourself at Ebenezer's not long after.
Go and chat to the doc and look at these bodies.
And you do have the access codes to get in through the back door.
Yep.
That's handy.
Well, Womp spent a lot of time here.
Ah, I see.
It was his home away from home once he escaped from the as technology facility.
Out of curiosity, is Shadowstar likely to have named the street cop that she knows?
She did. She called him Callahan.
Detective.
But like that, but did she call him that in earshot of others, or particularly Declan?
I would have told you, yeah.
She called him Harry in front of everyone because she said she used his first name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I actually said, well, he wants to go to what? Ebenezer.
Next part of the report is confirming that
So,
Declan won't immediately associate Callahan to the
so
contact.
Womp gets out a pair of scissors. So, did you want to look human?
What?
I've got out some pair of scissors.
Okay.
And I'm going to this. Do you want to look human, so you can so you don't get the detective to ask you questions?
He's asking if you need a ear trim.
I don't know, that's right, because Declan didn't actually pass on anything he talked to his friend about.
No, I'm not.
You guys stayed in the car.
Yes, and I've pulled out a pair of scissors because last time I was going to just punch your face in so you look different, but they're now going for a more...
I think he's offering this to you as a kind of favour or service, but
Well,
I'm
okay,
not
you
quite
said-
sure why.
No, it's because there's been
Unless
reports...
you guys were specifically trying to listen in on a
No,
conversation.
there's been reports that elves are being picked up. That
Who
look,
told you
that
that?
look like you.
So he's offering to give you a disguise.
Yeah, no, but the question I've got is, who told you that there were reports of elves being picked up?
I thought it was on TV.
No, that was the report on TV was about the killing.
Oh, okay. I thought,
Okay, so I think this is.
okay, I
Desiree
thought
at
it
the
on
moment.
TV there was a report that the elves are all being picked up as well.
No, that was just his friend. I'm telling him
I
about.
don't
Jimmy.
think they can actually put that on TV.
But speaking of
If
which,
the cops were deliberately targeting the elves,
On
that
our
would probably
way
go
out
down
to-
badly.
on our way out to Ebenezer's, I do ask Desiree if he found out any information worth noting.
He'll just mention the fact that seemingly the killing started about 5-10 blocks south of here,
Yep,
and they've moved up past here.
yep.
Well, assuming that Ebenezer's is in the same general area.
That's the
But
bit I
it's-
wrote down, so I just wanted to make sure that I knew that, not just the player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So certainly happy if
But you don't mention
Desmond-
anything
Desmond
about
got back in the
elves,
car and
considering
said-
I'm an elf.
Yeah, but okay, Declan got back in the car and said, yeah, apologies for the quick stop, just had to catch up with a mate, and didn't go any further.
So you don't
If-
give
if
a
you
fellow
ask
elf a
specifically-
clue?
He then said, oh, yeah, he said something, he said that the Ripper murders had come past this area, but
Okay.
we're certainly in the right location.
So I don't know that I need a disguise.
It was a bit hard if a person already knows you.
No, I mean in the sense of the elves being
Picked
Yeah.
picked up.
Okay, so yes.
Alright, all good.
Okay,
I've
well,
written
I'm
that
going
down, so I'll
to
probably forget it anyway.
buff myself.
You buff yourself?
Yeah.
What sort of buff are you doing? How
Augmenting.
much dice? So for you that is...
That
I was going to say you're going to take your own ear off.
Oh, it grows back.
Well, yeah, that's a point.
So that's 3 yellow.
Augment. 3 yellow. And the difficulty is...
I think it's 2.
Are you doing the any of the extra stuff on top of that?
No.
So you're doing...
Because I think the 2 elves are also got cybernetics, so I'm not going to bother.
I don't think I've got a lot of
Shadow Star
cybernetics.
doesn't have cybernetics.
No. No, I'm pretty plain, I think, right now. I haven't played in a lot of sessions. I think I played in like less.
I'm pretty certain that Desmond's the only one that's got any cyberware.
Yeah.
Besides SoCal, he's...
Well, yeah, besides SoCal.
So Desmond was the first PC to get cyberware.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I found out he's harder to augment.
So adds a black dice. Okay, so that looks like you ended up with 2 strain from trying to get it up, and no successes with all that.
Oh, okay.
That's an unfortunate pair of yellow dice in there.
Well, I got 4 advantages.
If only the advantages helped you. Okay, so
So I got, was it 2 advantages?
you ended up with 2 advantages. No,
No,
3 advantages.
3 advantages.
but no successes.
Yeah, so I could get, what was it, 8 blue dice?
Could get a blue dice and try again.
Yeah. So I'm currently...
Oh, it's a shame it's not like, say, D&D, where a bard could like give you some cheerleading.
Okay, so apparently you succeed this time.
Have we lost David, or is he just quiet?
David kept dropping in and out. He can't get a stable connection. Apparently his internet's not so good where he is. Not unusual for Melbourne.
No.
Okay, so yes, you ended up bringing it up and can reduce 1 of your strain.
Yep.
So that means you should be on 3 strain at the moment.
Yep.
It's kind of an irony, you know. It seems like he had better chances when he was on the road than when he's stable. Oh dear.
All depends on what he's using.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so yes, you managed to augment yourself.
Buffed yourself up.
Womp the buffy.
Some reason I've got this image of Bugs Bunny with that big poof thing. Poof.
What, the makeup thing?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm not really a cross-dressing troll.
It'd be funny if you were.
And then he starts putting on the Scottish accent.
Can you put on the Scottish accent?
No, that's Graham's forte.
Ah, right, there you go.
I normally go down to the Billy Bill, so down to the Cockney.
Cockney, yep, yep. Is that Bill Bailey?
Oddie.
Oh, Bill Oddie, yep.
Oh, the saviour!
No, goodies. Yep.
Okay, so yes, you're at the street docks. You let yourself in through the rear.
Yeah, going with the bloody DNA set. Oh, God, shit, get rid of that.
It's like, poke!
Yeah.
Well, hey, the code only works if you get jabbed.
Yeah.
Sounds unpleasant.
Well, they do hope that they do sanitize between jabs.
So how does it work, just so I can visualise it?
It basically... he
When
puts
you press enter, then it tabs it.
It like puts a needle
Yeah,
into the-
DNA sampling.
Oh, okay.
out of your finger.
Kind of like when you're doing glucose check.
So it's sort of like that.
Attached to the door.
Yeah, except it's a troll thumb, so it has to be a little bit harder.
Oh. Oh.
So, whoever enters my code in and is probably not a troll or an orc...
Might have it go straight through the thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's you letting yourself in, not me.
And next thing you have is Womp saying, "Can you put the code in for me?" Why?
I don't think I'm going to fall for that one. I hope I don't.
Okay, so yes, you managed to get the door open and get in. It is currently sound of lots of activity happening inside as there's screaming in the background, sound of what sounds like an electric saw.
Oof.
So, business as usual.
Chainsaw Charlie.
And basically it sort of sounds like metal on metal scraping and cutting.
Okay. He's upgraded.
Or someone is has cyberware and getting treatment.
Yeah, so he's gone for also cyber maintenance instead of just.
Doctors do have some understanding of repairing and maintaining cyberware and installing it. They just don't specialize in it. So yes, you can take them to where they keep the bodies.
Yeah.
Do I need to drop that we've been asked to look into this by a detective?
Either that or just check to see if he's here.
He said he wasn't going to be here. He asked us to look into it for him. Or was he going to meet us?
He asked you to look into it for him because he can't officially look into it because they're not
under his jurisdiction.
They're not real people.
Yeah, they're not registered voters. Is his response?
But yeah, if we can find
And they're not elves,
someone
otherwise he'd rough them up himself.
and just make sure we got the right bodies. What was that? I missed
And
it.
he says, and they're probably not elves either, so he doesn't have to rough them up.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you've led to the cold room by Ross.
Yep.
Swamp.
Yep.
And it's unlocked because, hey, you're inside the medical facility.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't have access to the back rooms here.
Yep.
And inside you find that the place is the most packed you've ever seen it. Normally there's about 1 or 2 bodies here because...
Is this also
Well, the
overflowed
box in
due
the
the
business of-
gang warfare that just happened recently? Quite possibly. There's about 30 bodies in bags when you're used to only having 2 or 3.
Is there anyone showing us to particular bodies? If not, I'll just start.
There are no
body
staff
bags.
here at the moment
I'll
because...
start
No.
opening
In
bags.
fact, no. Well,
You've gone in through the staff entrance at the back and not interacted with anyone yet.
Yep. Well, did you want to talk to someone first, or?
that'll just look at the list.
Yeah, well, we can do that.
Okay, so yes, the system doesn't recognize your username anymore.
I never really use the computers. I look at the list.
They don't have a physical list anywhere.
What happened to that? That used to be useful.
Well,
You're looking at it, it hasn't changed in a long time. It has space for 5 people.
while Wobb's looking for lists and things, I'll just start discreetly opening body bags, and if they got like gunshot wounds, close them up, move on. I'm looking for someone who's slicing.
Okay, so I believe that is perception roll for your
I've
character.
got a 4 intellect, but I
Yeah.
don't know it comes under intellect.
It does not.
I'm hoping intellect helps me
No,
though.
it's under cunning, I think.
Oh well, then I'm more average on cunning because we haven't upgraded.
then you'll
mine.
probably also need to make a willpower roll too.
Yeah, I think Martin and I were going to.
We talked about it, but you ended
Yeah,
up
because I was
having other
talking about
things.
trying to upgrade those things, but you've really been pressed for time. So
Okay.
I don't know if we've upgraded my
Are you
stats.
trying to break into the computer system?
No, I'm just trying to identify victims while Womps breaking into the computer system.
No, I'm not. I'm just
Okay.
going to
Or
wander back and
not.
have a speak to Ebenezer.
So you have 2 green dice while you're looking into it while going through the bodies.
Yeah, I'm just making use of the time while Womp's obviously the person with the connections here.
Okay, so you end up with 2 strain looking
2
through
strain.
everything. But you do manage to find a body that looks like it's been sliced up. So, but you're doing that while Womp's headed off.
Yep.
So,
I'm happy for Womp to take the lead. I'm just making use of the time.
so what is Ezrin doing while Shadowstar's going through bodies and Womp looks like he's about to duck out and speak to someone?
Des will go to the looking bodies as well. Say, he wants to check to see if there's anyone he knows. And also get an idea of the style, the type of victims, and, well, I'm assuming that because we're just looking through bodies at random at this stage, there might be a number of gangers that might be missing legs or other bits and pieces.
Well, I think he's already gone through and taken those out off, and also any cyber eyes and things like that.
Well,
Right.
anything in storage here means he hasn't gotten to it yet.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I might be able to find some cyber stuff.
Though you might have to then, cut it out yourself.
It depends on how I roll, I guess. I might become a bit of a street dog myself.
So Deck will
great.
take a look at a couple bodies
So you'll
and then think, hang
throw
on.
it up and go, hey, I want my friend wants this installed. Can you do a discount?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so Deck will probably take a couple bodies or a couple bags and then realise that, well, actually they've got no idea what we're looking at or what group, so we can't actually use it to try and narrow the field at the moment until we get more info.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just going to stand back and watch, like I say, on the watch for whatever comes through.
I'll stick by the one body I found that looks like a likely suspect, and when there's opportunity, I'll have a closer inspection.
Well, good. So yes, you wander out and head to one of the surgery suites. The one that Ebenezer normally favors.
Yeah.
And you hear the sound of most of the cutting and grinding coming from that room.
Yep. Peering through the window.
Okay, peering in through the window, there's sparks flying everywhere as he seems to be in the process of grinding out some sort of metal pole sticking through someone. Seems they got impaled.
Literally. Has he got one of his little lackeys around?
Well, there are lackeys around. That's probably about 3 in there with him, helping him. Most of them are holding the person down. He's probably out of anesthesia again.
Yep. Okay. Well, try to get one of his lackeys' attention. Do you need any help?
Oh, they sort of gesture you to come in and help.
Okay. So this guy needs to be restrained.
That they not eagerly and are struggling to hold the person down.
Is the guy struggling or not?
The guy is struggling because he's got no anesthesia.
Yeah. And I don't have the ability to calm.
Eki Thumbpacks is pretty good anesthesia.
I was going to say, wouldn't you just use Ekithel? Or would that potentially kill him?
Yeah, probably kill him.
So I'm going to hit him carefully.
I should have hit him more carefully.
Well, he's not paying the bills anymore.
Yes, you might get his bills.
Yeah, I was going to say, Doc might not appreciate that.
Okay, I'll restrain him while his lackeys can do other things, like try to pull the bloody, or get the pole out of the water.
Help getting the impalement.
Well, it looks as if the guy fell on some wrought iron picket fence.
Ooh.
Okay,
Sounds
so you fail attempt from the omen.
None of them seem to get the reference.
Okay. What place around here has picket fences?
Places do.
Yeah, I've got the over reference.
There's a lot of. It is an old suburb area, and so that there is normal housing. There's also industrial housing, and there's a lot of ironworks around.
There he goes. He jumped out of the window.
It says, no, apparently he fell off a bike.
Wow.
Ugh, that's bad.
Should see some of the other guys.
So have you?
He's the lucky one. It didn't go through a vital organ.
So how much cybernetics has this guy got?
It looks like he's got a fair bit. Yeah, he's got what looks to be hand raisers, as well as
Hand raisers or all these? There's slice. No, the slice that pop out.
It's not the pop out type. It's the more that they come out the knuckles. So just over the knuckles. So so when you punch it, you punch with a blade.
Okay. So poor man's version of Wolverine.
Well, most people can't afford to stick a blade into their hand fully.
Yeah. Well, then you have problems with that. That's why they have the other ones that pop out the top.
So yes, and that's also why they're struggling to keep him in check, because he is a bit stronger than the average person. Okay, so yes, you spend some time there. Takes him about 10 minutes to get the bar out of his leg. because you have to cut it in multiple spots.
So let me guess, that's where his next cybernetic's going to be put in there?
Well, it does have some cybernetics in there already because he does have what appears to be wide reflexes. And so he ends up closing him up and saying he'll get to fixing the cyberware later. It was more the him not dying was the first order of the day. They've got to do triage first before they can do repair work and upgrades. And depending on how much money he's got is whether or not he can afford the repair.
So you're fairly flat out
Easy
here.
spill first.
Yeah, been flat out since the rush came in this morning. Apparently there was some big gun brawl out nearby where someone took out a bunch of head honchos and had the gangs turn on each other.
Yeah, I heard there was internal struggle of some sort.
Well, you've heard more than we have, so you probably don't want to talk too much, otherwise you might get a bit of interest because it's enough so that one of the local detectives is looking in on it.
Yeah, I've heard about that. More interested in anything that's not gang related.
We have a... He sighs and says, that's Redmond, everything's gang related.
Yeah, okay, the one that's going after the Joy Toys.
Well, that's completely different. We're sure that is one of the gangs because, hey, how many people can a single person kill?
The Cyber Psycho King.
That's it, but if it was a cyber psycho, he probably would have been noticed and wouldn't stop in daylight. So, well, he's seen cyber psychos, he's dealt with them.
Okay.
So cyber psychos don't know the difference between day and night and living and dead.
This guy might not be fully psycho yet.
You're not there. Okay.
No.
What about if you, just hypothetically, if a chip was able to take over somebody?
That's just science fiction, he says. Never happened, there's too many safeties.
What about if it's military based?
Even then, they'd have to have some sort of military rig to take it. There's too many safeties on the normal chip slots to allow that.
No.
Because if you got something like that, then you'd destroy the chips because he wouldn't want anything like that to get.
No. That's what we're looking at.
Whether it's the chip or the person, he says it's still it's still more devastation than a single person should be able to achieve.
Okay. What about a cyber, the person that's been cyber to the wazoo and hasn't gone to the full psychosis?
He still thinks you're dreaming.
Hasn't he heard of serial killers?
Yes, but there's not many serial killers who would kill like 10 people in 4 days.
And we kill 4 people a night.
Yeah.
And each of those people killed separately.
I'm going to invite the doc to watch some true crime with me, but I'm not there.
He would probably, if it was a person a night...
No. He's thinking it's more of a gang and going around killing people.
It's
Yeah,
just...
no, I get that.
If it's like 2 people, it's a lot easier to believe. If it's 3, even easier. If it's an actual gang, it's
You're
believable.
talking about 9 people over 4 days, so you're looking at about 2 a day. It is achievable, but you know I can see why he thinks it's unlikely.
Especially in a place with people looking for them.
Yeah, well, in a place like Redmond where there's so much crime, you do wonder though. You know, so much of it can be covered up by gang stuff.
But it's 4 days in a higher security region that he's managed to get away with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't mean to argue it. I'm just like.
That's why he thinks it's more than one person, because
Philosophical.
theoretically one person would have been caught by now from the area where where killings have been happening in Bellevue. That's one of the highest security regions besides downtown. There's not as many places to hide in Bellevue as there is in downtown.
You guys are not near us, are you?
No.
surface.
So, how many of these slasher victims have you got?
He's got about 15.
15?
Yeah.
I only said 9.
These aren't any of the 9.
Okay, so currently it's at 24.
Higher. He has estimated 4 to 5 have been killed tonight.
Holy shit. And they're all goers?
Hard to tell, but they look the type. And all of them are unregistered. But all the ones here are unregistered.
Well, we could also be going after rockers as well. Because they look like...
Yes, but rockers rarely travel solo.
I don't think this guy cares about solo as much. You're probably just waiting for one just to...
He's never had multiple bodies. None of the bodies were found with other bodies. They're all solo. Which is why he thinks it's a gang, not a person.
Okay, just their throat cuts or they're being mutilated as such?
He investigated, he was looking into the bodies to see if he could provide some information to the authorities, also because he was looking for anything worth salvaging. Each of the bodies has been had surgical removal of parts. Organs, cyberware. Hard to tell because there's no traces left of what might have been there. But whoever did it had the skill of a surgeon. Some of the skill is beyond his. So he's not exactly sure what they've managed to take. He did recognize 2 of the victims. They were in Joy Toys. But he wouldn't have seen them as the type to go off with someone suspicious. They were very paranoid.
Okay. So I must be a smooth talker.
Yeah, he's got to have charm. He's got to be able to make them feel safe. Also might mean that he looks like someone who people would automatically trust.
Or he has some form of sedative control mechanism that might also be what he takes from them and removes any evidence of that. He's not been interrupted in the crime as yet. Or they have not been interrupted in the crime as yet.
So he could be like ambushing them or drugging them. I gather there's no tox screens being done.
He doesn't have the time or the tools. He's just been able to identify that whoever did it was shown an awful lot of skill to get that amount of work done in such a short amount of time.
Well, I imagine that he'd have to be drugging them in some way, otherwise they make too much bloody noise.
That's if they weren't killed. He thinks most of it was done after death.
They could have been post-mortem killed outright.
Can I get the numbers of which ones are the victims?
He pulls out a folder and holds it to you.
Yep.
We were using the whiteboard, but by the time the bodies started showing up, it's just not worth it.
So, looks like Soylent Green's going to be booming in business.
He's considered it, but...
Or is this just going to be fertilizer?
Depending on the tampering involved, it's not like it's a drive-by. the suspicion of tampering with the body means that even cyberware from them is considered suspect.
Okay.
Because
Does all cyberware have like some kind of ID on them?
they do, and some of them have the ID removed, and could also have things uploaded to.
Okay.
So you could have a cyber arm that chokes you.
Oh,
Yes, Jack the Ripper has embedded itself into the cyberknob.
jeez, that's scary.
Or the moment you point your cyber hand at a law enforcement officer, your hand automatically drops the weapon.
Oh wow.
Or your cyber weapon automatically attacks the officer.
Or that too. There are a lot of things you can do to people, which is why anything that's considered too suspect is relegated to those in desperate need.
Shadowstar is less envious of people's cyberware. For the moment.
And they can be shut down remotely, and many other things can go wrong with them.
Yep, I can kill this. I'm keeping this body pure. Basically, I have no choice.
So, anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm going to go and have a look at these bodies. I am going to look for needle.
Though be aware that there's a Detective Callahan looking into these things, and he may show up investigating those bodies if he gets the go.
I would have
He's asked us to have a look into the ghost murders.
So just be careful what you do, because if you leave any traces behind, it could implicate you, is what I was getting at.
Yeah, that's right. Gloves, no, I'm actually more looking for needles or things like that, just to see if they were, how they were sedated. So I reckon that's probably most likely.
So, I gather he hasn't seen an obvious point of death, like you're saying.
Well,
they were killed.
He believed that their throats were cut before they knew what was happening.
Okay, so did you say that, but I wasn't able to work
Yeah,
out.
so I'm just trying to see if they were sedated or they were just, he's very quick with the knife.
He suspects it very quick because there was no hesitation. There'd be hesitation marks otherwise.
4 to 5 a night, there were. It's got past that ages ago. It'd be interesting if we did find some with hesitation marks, because that would be his first kills, if this was new to him. But I guess if you're looking at it from the perspective of someone with a chip in their head controlling them,
That's right. There's no
less
first
likely
kills
to
for
be-
the.
less likely to be hesitation there.
And from what Socal told you is, if you were to take the chip out and put it into someone else, there's a good chance they'll have memory of all the previous kills it's done,
Okay.
and be able to use that in the new body. The personality should travel with the chip.
I really want to destroy this chip.
Well, hey, the English Khan one and the Cleopatra ones also have their own level of threat.
It was
this one was
exciting
the one
to
that
get
was.
I'm sure the Cleopatra chip would go well in Mario Mercurial.
Possibly, but she wouldn't sing anymore.
No, but she'd probably be safe.
Yeah.
Possibly, except she would then wouldn't have the same problem she had previously, and would go out of her way to bargain with everyone to move herself up the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
Unless the other personality starts attacking it.
You wouldn't expect any other personalities to get an edge in.
From what we understand of these chips, it's yeah.
But once it overrides everything. Basically shuts the brain of a host down.
See, we've been looking at the money side of this, but the more and more you hear about it, the more and more you're like, is it worth, that money?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Ship like this, we can less hundreds of thousands, or tens of thousands, or more hundreds of thousands.
Right, but the point is that, it's not like if we destroy them, that the corporations can't remake them.
They still have the data available.
Yeah.
True.
I thought they just wanted you to get this off the street and no other corporation to get hold of it. Or is this a second? Or this is an alternative corporation?
Yeah, this is the organisation that put it out once in return.
Yeah.
Because their son of the former head stole them and tried to
I see.
with a other company. So
we're retrieving them.
Yeah, he's no longer in the picture, but his murderer is currently on the wanted list. Because he was a voting citizen and a high-level corp who was assassinated in Barrens. That was Flogger.
So I'm guessing there's...
I was going, I hope we're not involved in this.
Flogger.
So you're saying Flogger's the one who got the chips out?
I know, Flogger's the one who killed the person who stole the chips.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
By knocking his head off.
Okay, well that makes sense. So I gather that's all the information we can get from the doc.
He passes that on to you.
Yeah.
Will we get any more information from inspecting the bodies?
Okay, so looking at the bodies...
Okay, so if the doc has given an indication as to which bodies are considered to be the slasher victims...
All 15 of them.
Yep. We certainly want to look at those ones, because we might be able to pick up a type of target.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Well, it seems to be Joy Toys.
Joy toys, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of things to
Yeah,
remember.
but that doesn't necessarily say.
No, the thing is, they
There's
just have to
probably a lot of
look like...
variety,
Yeah,
they might still be able to focus down more specifically.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying we shouldn't, but what I was going to say to the rest of that was it could be Joy Toys at the moment are not only easy to target initially because they're especially vulnerable, but it might be that by targeting Joy Toys around, they can actually hide real victims that look like the fit, but actually have specific cybernetics or something like that this person's after.
Yeah. I mean, the fact with Joy Toys is the fact that it fits the Jack the Ripper MO.
Yeah, the other problem is you're going to get poses that are now going to pop be also included.
Now it's being advertised on the news, there's a good chance other people will copycat.
Oh, no,
So-
I'm not talking about poses themselves. That look like Joy Toys. And they're not Joy Toys.
You would...
Yeah, so looking at the 15 bodies, what
Looking at
what
the
sort
15
of...
bodies. The one thing you do note is that none of them have their link with them.
None of them have their what with them?
Their equivalent of a smartphone.
Communications device.
And from your interactions with Joy Toys in the past, they all advertise their services via their link, because basically people have to interact with them, and most people filter that stuff out if they're not looking for it.
Okay, so if
So it takes me a big case and they just randomly walk in the street.
you can then look for other ones as well from their phone.
Yep. Any other commonalities?
The fact that they all look like they've had their throat cut in the exact same spot. Looks like it's right to left.
Okay.
Generally by the angle and the actual notes that Womp has. So the ones that he has examined does make him look like he's left-handed, yes. Or he's using a left-handed razor to do the effect. He could be covering their mouth with his right hand and cutting with the left.
Yeah.
Razors, the same razor can be used in both hands. Huh? You now got me confused. What? Is that a left-handed razor? It's like there's a left-handed screwdriver.
From what you've heard of the street samurai is he has inbuilt razors.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Griffin.
Griffin has inbuilt razors.
What else has he got?
He's probably one of the top cyber guys in Redmond.
Great, so he's got probably most heavily shielded cybernetics.
Is there any commonalities of appearance?
Looking at them, the appearances are so wide and varied from each of the different races on display that it makes you think it's the commonality is the fact that he's taking the comlinks.
Mm-hmm. So there are victims. There are troll, orc, elf, dwarf, and human victims.
There are.
How many troll victims?
3.
So effectively, you should. What's the smallest number of victims from one race?
Elven, there's 1 Elven victim.
Okay. Humans the most common, I'm assuming?
Orc the most common, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
From people without sins, humans have the easiest time in getting a sin.
yeah.
Do orcs have the hardest time?
Sex distribution?
Gender?
Just favours female over male, but not by much.
Okay. And what about with the 3 trolls? Male, female?
The trolls were all male.
Perfect.
That says something.
Guess what, Womp? You're putting on that wig and dress.
Well, he doesn't have to, they're all men.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to put on the dress.
Out of the 3 of us, Womp does fits the criteria of bait better than we do.
Well, the other big advantage of Womp as bait is he's much more likely to survive the first slash.
Mm-hmm.
3 trolls!
That's okay.
But they're not you, Womp.
So the idea, like I said, us 2 as elves, he doesn't normally go for elves.
I think it's more the thing is elves are uncommon.
The accessibility to elves is very hard. Like, if either of you got killed in the Redmond Barrens, the percentage of elves killed would exceed all the others by the amount of elves in the Barrens.
Hey, I'm not saying that there's other reasons for it, but Desmond's suggesting that, hey, whilst he's targeting everybody, he appears to be targeting trolls most, or orcs most, and then trolls. So, and male trolls.
Do you care to pretend to chuck a bunch of cybernetics on yourself?
Well, no, definitely.
No, I'm more thinking you're getting some type of throat armor.
Looking at the bodies.
But also, certainly, okay, well, we'll investigate the bodies and obviously come to those conclusions. Do people want to do any more in the doctor's room at the moment?
Well, he's strong enough to cut a troll's throat.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's managed to not cut somebody's head off. So that's showing restraint then.
You could get one of
Well,
those
you're also
medieval,
talking that the razors are probably only no more than a couple inches long.
And,
So it takes a
the
minute
cuts
to
are
chop
all
the head off
precise.
with something only 2 inches long.
I think the stats you got probably cover most of the questions. So I think we've got what information we can.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we do.
Well, and that's it. Okay, the fact that, so we'll spend some time examining the bodies there, and then get back in the van and make plans. And okay, if it comes down to plans, certainly Des is putting forward. Well, we haven't found anything other option at the moment, but hey, there can't be that many joy boys or girls on the street anymore. So if someone puts on the appearance,
It is tempting to dress Swamp up as a joy toy and use him as bait. Because he could be...
What? Because I've actually got the skill charm.
Well, that's part of it, but that's right. The most important part, as far as like for Declan's arguments, is the fact that hey, he's happy to go for trolls, he's happy to go for male trolls, and assuming that he's going to get at least a strike or two in before the rest of us can actually do much about it. Looking at you, you're much better have a chance of surviving it. Especially with your magic, just back yourself with some magic and you'd be cool.
I was going to say, can we can take precautions, certainly.
Well, I mean, the point is, like I say, certainly the precautions, but it's probably going to be hard to wear armour or anything like that, because obviously I don't think the Joy Toys go around armoured up while they're walking on the streets.
No. But you could also cover up, like, if you wanted to wear something around his neck, he could cover that up with a scarf, say, or something like that.
Ascot.
Yeah. Something, you know, that
But hey, and the point is, of course, that as soon as something happens, someone comes for you,
yeah,
I can take it out with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely, I think, worth planning. It might be our only way of getting this guy to get anywhere near this guy.
I mean, the point is we haven't got any other information about where he's been hanging out or anything like that, because the only hangouts we know about, we're confident he's not using because he's not Griffin anymore.
Yeah.
So the only other stuff we know is that he's hanging around these 15 blocks of the Barrens.
And he's moving in a direction, so we could definitely plan the location to line up with
Second
that
level, I
knowledge.
can get another level of sustain. That'll be nasty.
So he's
so will you
open
go
to
for
the
that?
suggestion?
Yeah. It's my question. You prepared to be bait?
Yeah, I'd just like to get some type of armour and then being camouflaged with an ascot.
Fair enough.
I'm sure that will work.
What?
I'm sure that will work. Okay, so.
Well, I suppose that's one thing. What were the bodies dressed like?
Most of them were dressed in skimpy clothing that showed lots of skin.
Well, it looks like it'll be the ascot, maybe a kilt for you. That's it. Maybe some boots. No? Don't like the look?
A first glimpse of a person is also their selling point.
That's right. Got to make good first impression.
I think what makes a great first impression. We'll put a little ice cream cone in his hand. No?
And then expect Georgie to show up asking him for his name.
And then Declan might accidentally shoot first. Right, by the time we've walked out of the street dock, I'm assuming it's after dark now.
Actually, what type of weather is this?
That's a dark and rainy night. You can basically hear the sound of thunder.
Don't worry, I can see through the rain, no problem. But so it is after dark. So
It's after dark, and reports are it's going to be a thunderstorm.
no time like the present.
What do you say, Bob?
The outfit I was thinking does not do well in wet weather.
What was it?
What's that?
No, I was going to wear basically a kilt with the matching thing as a scarf, and then having cuffs, bare chested with
I'm really liking the look. I think that'll work.
And with the Scottish beret, or whatever the damn thing's called.
Have you got that in your go bag at the moment?
No, I've got bloody cleaning overalls. Which is the one thing that I normally do, because I'm normally the janitor.
Is that where your tagline is? I'm here to clean the pool?
Oh, ow.
I'm not the pool cleaner, I said I'm the janitor.
I'm here to
Well, I'm glad I'm not working here tonight because there's lots of stuff to clean up.
I need a visual.
So, how long will it take you to get hold of the stuff you want?
Looks like I'll go and visit Serge.
They're going to be dying tonight, so we want to get you out there.
You've probably got about an hour till sunset fully, and you haven't heard of any of the killings being done during the day, unless of course they were people who wouldn't be noticed.
Plus the other thing is you also need to be on their network.
We can fix that.
Yep. Let's start getting ourselves into gear, I think.
Well, it's more like you're doing a broadcast from your phone, which other people then pick up.
I have no idea how to use this thing. I just pressed enter.
That's all right. So you're saying that you haven't got the gear on you right now. Where do you need to go to get gear?
Let's go get your gear.
They know a place. They give you an address.
Yeah. Okay. Is it outside the Barrens?
It's on the edge of the Barrens in the Bellevue, Redmond area where the target is expected to be.
Yep. Okay.
So it's basically on your way.
Yep. Okay. So we'll head out there. While you're making your selections and get yourself dolled up, Desmond will give a call back to SoCal and say, "Hey, can you put an ad on Wob's phone?"
And as you get on the phone, you hear the cell service. I'm currently unavailable. Please try again.
Well, that guy was waiting until we got out, like into Bellevue.
Well, the other thing is, if the phone's not working, so how does it?
They can still broadcast.
It's just they can't communicate outside. So that guy's saying, "I'm waiting until we got to Bellevue, where he's going to get his gear or whatever." So we're out of the signal jamming area.
Okay, so once you get into the actual street where the clothing store is, you start to pick up spotty communication. And you do manage to get SoCal on the line, though it is crackling and dropping out partly while you're talking to him.
I'll just send him text.
Okay, so
text goes through eventually, and all the time I'll just let him say, "Yep, okay. We're setting one up with bait. Can you chuck an ad on his phone so that he can broadcast while he's walking down the street?" I'm sure you know what the what most appropriate for that stuff.
You get a thumbs up from SoCal.
I'll give them a quick description of the planned appearance. Not that they said it didn't relate to the ad at all, but hey.
That's okay. You get an uploading now response.
Cool. I'll send him the thumbs back.
Okay, so yes.
Get you kilted up.
You find yourself in Serge's shop.
Yep.
Welcomes you. Hello again. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks.
Are you enjoying the car?
Car? Oh, yes.
Car going well.
Car is going excellent.
Yes. This is more of a special urgent order. We're going to try to hunt a serial killer, and he's got a specialty. So I need to get a.
Are you telling me you actually saying this in the shop?
Yes.
Yeah. No. The thing is, it's great to actually specify what I want. And he
goes, no capes.
No capes. No. This is more of going to be either an ascot or a scarf, something to protect my throat.
He's got just the thing.
Yes. I'm at your disposal.
Just go this way, and he drags you into the fitting room.
Yeah.
So Sergio's the one who saw
So-
car.
Yeah. Serge.
Serge, sorry.
Yes. From.
And he
Oh,
starts.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, okay.
And you start seeing Womp's clothes and getting thrown out of the dressing room.
I collect Womp's clothes.
Hey, well,
It's gone directly to the waste bin.
No, it's not. These are my. This is my business suits.
I'll collect Womp's clothes.
These are the tailored suits that
I
Yeah,
my Victorian suits.
But they're also last week.
No. This is like. It's beyond last week. This is from the 19th century, so this is like 2 centuries ago.
You specialise in being out of date.
Yeah.
He has that vampiric look to him.
Are you gonna start talking like with these? I want to be.
No. I'm on mostly English accents.
I was going to say, yeah, it's definitely refined English gentlemen.
So I'm sure there's a few tut-tuts in there. And an oh my.
Oh my.
Hello there.
Well, and specifically, at least a couple of the oh my's come when one takes off the shirt.
Oh my.
So, be rolling 2 yellow and green for charm.
Okay, so does Womp have any tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos.
Okay.
That I'm aware of.
None that I put on there.
I'm glad Martin didn't pick up dice and roll this thing.
No. The thing is, there could be like tattoos under UV or stuff like that. I have no idea.
Property elf.
Mind you, wouldn't it be a bit hard to tattoo a troll because of constant regeneration?
Not necessarily. There are compounds that aren't affected by other things, especially if it's embedded under the skin. Okay, so yes, and also trolls have a limited lifespan. So if they had full regeneration, then they would never die. It's currently reported that the average lifespan of a troll is 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Except on original troll. And I'm going to try to go cheat by using magic.
Which means that you could have 10 levels of descendants while you're still living.
Yeah.
The kids, and you still look younger than your 9th generation below you.
That's amazing.
Is that
I snap a photo of our redressed, kilted up Womp just for my own sentimental, nostalgic memories.
and I'm sure Georgie would too, because it can go with his other troll pictures.
At least more, a little bit more attractive than Flogger.
Yeah, you're proof.
Well, I already knew I had proof.
Okay, so yes,
I actually put points into presents.
you come out looking all dolled up for a good time. As your phone announces. You hear it. Hear the messages. Here for all your spanking needs.
Well,
I
he's
really need to
getting
get
dressed.
brawl. I don't have brawl skill. I've only
Well,
got
I was going
melee.
to say, I don't think I've got all of my stuff is in intellect. I think my brawl's like.
And some of the notes say we'll use hands if required.
Yeah, my brawn's 2. At least I got 3 agility.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that
No,
we're not
it's like brawl.
actually in the ideal target area right now. We've got to get back over the border.
Yeah.
So,
You're technically still in Redmond.
Yeah.
But the ideal area is wherever it's got reception and putting out the signal.
So the pouch or the Sproggan or whatever the damn it is.
Oh, I finally got the Police Academy reference. Told you, memories. Slow.
Can I fit my hand cannon in that?
Well, actually,
You could, but it'd be sticking mostly out.
you might want to have a bite to eat before you start wandering the streets.
Are you one of the ones who loves ice cream?
Yeah, I like ice cream.
Well, he's getting dressed. I'll go and get a tub
It's
of
just
ice
across the
cream.
road.
I was also thinking of a meal in the idea. Because, hey,
well,
you might be
vanilla
wanting the streets for a few hours.
Is
Or
one of
several
my
hours.
favourite ones because
I will get you some vanilla. Any particular type of vanilla? French vanilla, vanilla,
real ice cream.
real vanilla.
So he wants real French made vanilla.
I don't know if I can get real French made. I'll get you vanilla ice cream.
With the French mate.
Isn't he the French mate? Oh, he's an English mate. Sorry.
No,
No,
English, yeah.
he's the Scot made. I'm sure there is a meme for the Scotchman walks up and offers you a service.
It was Surge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, you're talking to a screen rat from Seattle.
So
All
Brass
them-
Knuckles use
All their Britons are the same, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Does
So-
this mean you talking like a Cockney, like governor?
And you recommend he dress in greens because that's what all good Scotsmen dress in? I'm sure they all work together well.
Desmond wasn't giving any advice for fashion.
No, that's what I'm going to do. Surge does. I might just have to go for the usual dirt.
And he says you're dressed to kill now.
Yeah, I just need that.
We need him to be dressed to be potentially not actually.
No, to kill.
Yeah.
I just need it. I just need to get the dirk to stick in my
Yeah, Dirk's a good idea.
Because the point is, now we make a pretty corpse. I mean,
He doesn't
No,
have any
I-
knives and weapons on him. He doesn't sell it all that here. He's more the
Can I
clothing.
give him? I think I've got a dagger or a knife. It's not a big one. I've written it down.
And I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to reach for that.
Yes, I have a knife. It doesn't say what kind of knife it is though. But I can give you my knife to
I'm
use
sure
as
he's
like a
sticking it in
dirk.
his boot.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that
The
down.
side of the boot, not the toe.
Yeah. I just wrote.
Yeah, I'll probably say here, bring a knife to a gunfight.
Oh, that's his sock,
No.
not sock.
It's not-
Thank God.
the point is, he's bringing knives. He's been using knives on everyone, so
Well,
it's a
we
knife
can't
for a
have
knife
a
fight.
gun,
But
and
that's
I-
right, because we'll bring the guns.
Okay, can I fit me black pudding in the Sproggan?
You can put your what?
Black pudding in the
is
Sproggan!
So the Sproggans are like a wallet.
What was his black pudding?
It's,
It's like basically a long baton.
yeah.
I don't think the baton will fit in your
Could he have
Sprogan.
the baton hanging
So,
off
okay,
the
isn't the point of
Yeah.
the fact that there's already a long baton in your Sproggan?
So do you want a knife in your boot as well, or?
No, a knife.
Okay, right.
It'd be more of a hindrance than anything
I
else.
do not know what.
Yeah, well, okay, big hands. You got a knife designed for an elf.
Yeah, no. I think I picked it up when it was dropped in one of our first encounters together with a pistol.
And so both Desrin and Shadowstar get a ping on their link asking if they're interested in a good time.
I check out the.
And I'll go under the name of Welsh.
It is looks like a BDSM ad for someone willing to show someone a good time. Which basically has a guy doing that.
Does it have his cravat?
No, it just looks like a strong arm sort of picture.
It looks pretty cool.
Or the weightlifter showing off the
How do you
muscles.
spell your name? Your toy boy name?
It'd be W-E No,
W-W-E.
No, W-H-E-S-S. Wesh.
W-H-E-S-S. Wish. Okay, cool. Like Chesh, but with a W. Is this supposed to be something that I'm not picking up on?
No.
No,
I just
okay.
thought of it going, yeah, well, I can't call myself Womp, so I'll just call myself Wish.
You don't want to change it to...
You look at the phone and you're not sure how to change the name. It has got a name on there.
What's the name?
It's basically here for a good time.
Oh, okay, no name. Okay.
Because no name is
Alright,
given to the person who
let's-
created the hat.
Let's get you into position. Pun not intended, but somehow underappreciated.
So it does have on the ad listing whips, binds, and other things cost extra.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Because I don't have them, so you have to. Yeah, so. I really.
Cost
Sure
extra,
there's no
and
reference to
cost extra
shades.
must be supplied.
Because there shouldn't be. But, you know, I know you.
Wait a sec. What was it in Sorcerer do again? I think that increases my charm, doesn't it?
What was that?
In Sorcerer.
It's also.
Yep. I think I used my magic to.
You're
You use your magic to make people think you're more attractive.
I go.
Are you augmenting yourself?
No, it's just a talent.
Okay.
He's talented at making people think he looks great with magic. I am the troll you ruled.
Sometimes having that talent is more important than
Have
being...
you got,
Oh,
have you got
no,
augment on you at the moment?
What?
Have you got augment on you at the moment?
Yeah, I put it on.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this party started.
I just realised as soon as I get spend a proper upbringing, I can get another level of sustain.
Nice. I don't know if I've got levels in sustain. How do you figure that out?
It depends on what specialisation you.
It depends on what you've bought for yourself.
Yes, and my specialisation is charmer.
Yeah, I've got background, fired, magic rating, 1, novice, magic specialization, blank.
Yeah, hasn't bought any magic, but you're magically active.
So, if Womp's going to be walking down the street,
Yep. You're
what's
gonna sit
the
somewhere with
plan
your
for us?
I think you said something about being around with your sniper rifle.
Yeah, so I figure that I'll be, I'll go along in the van type stuff, from behind.
Yep.
Is Shadowstar going to aim to be on the streets at a probably a closer range than I can do in the van,
Yep.
or is she staying in the van?
I think I'll be on the streets to try and be at hand to help Womp, and hope that works out.
Okay.
I have a stealth of 2. I don't know if that's good.
That's better than mine.
Right, no, I can't be stealthy, so that's okay.
No, I can't be stealthy. I don't have stealth.
It's like, yes, I'm so stealthy that the people can't find me even though they're looking for my services.
That's right.
I keep saying this every game. I really need to upgrade my character, and then everything else gets.
Well, that's
upgraded.
why I walked in and saying I'm the janitor, here to clean stuff, and I did, and I got the ability offer to come back again.
Nice. Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
And I'm sure seeing you're here to clean up the area will go well with people. I'm here to cleanse the area.
I heard you had a spill. Alrighty. So how about we set up just within the range of where the last kills were? Because we know he's moving forward, but he's not quite gone past or beyond where Jimmy was.
So there's talents that can give you gain corruption. That's scary.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not be corrupted at this stage.
There are, and there's lots of things you can go down that path. And things that make you better and worse.
Dominion of Demora. What the hell's that?
Okay,
Just
so
have a link.
Oh.
He hasn't got it yet.
Favour of the Fae.
got a lot of stuff to transfer first. Okay, so yes, you're on the street, doing your swagger.
Yep.
Finding a spot to do stuff with.
Make that kill work for you.
And while you're down there, you find yourself in a spotlight. And a car pulls up beside you. Asking for your identification.
Does he recognise the style of car?
Hard to tell with the light shining in his face, but from where you are, you can see that it's one of the Lone Star patrol vehicles.
So, I'm assuming we don't actually have like earbud communications, do we?
I've got a comm link, but I don't know if anyone else does.
Comlink?
Well,
Don't you mean it's called the phone, your message?
I don't know. I just wrote comm link down on my thing. So.
I think more the idea of trying to remember exactly what
It's basically, your comlink is the equivalent of your mobile phone.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, but the point being the fact that it's in the form of a like mobile phone type of thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Do we have things like earpieces and stuff? Is that something we've acquired?
Well, you've had them in the past, but you've also lost them in the past, especially considering most of you have trashed your phone at least once.
Says to me because I'm the least played player, probably.
No, I've trashed my phone at least 3 times.
Which means that his layout has been backed up multiple times by your runner.
Considering we're going to be split apart in this operation, is that something?
Declan will send a message.
You've got our phone numbers at the moment.
You'd have to have had a specific troll-sized earbud for him because normal earbuds won't stay in.
Okay.
Because Declan does tend to maintain those sort of comms type stuff, but
So
doesn't
definitely
expect
has
us to
them,
tend to.
but Womp has it because Womp's not that great with technology.
I was just
No,
thinking, I
that's
think I
right.
might have to put down on my list of things to put in stock.
But so Declan will send a message to Shadowstar's phone since she's slightly closer.
Yeah.
She also has the earbuds, so you can talk to her.
Oh, she's got earbuds, okay, that's fine. But yeah, basically you'll be sending contact her, say, hey, get the push off Lone Star, will you?
Can I intercept Lone Star or?
Well, they pull up beside Womp with the searchlight on
There's
it.
nothing I can quite do. Is that?
You can do lots of things, but you then get the attention of the police who are also harassing elves.
Oh, are they? Oh, in that case, it's probably better off that I don't. But I'll stay nearby a bit in the shadows.
Sorry, officer, you're not my type.
It's neat ID. All you see is a bright light in your face asking for your ID.
Okay, so have I actually been shaken down by police before?
Probably.
Yeah.
You also hear the sound of guns being readied.
Can I circle where the spotlight isn't and see whether or not I can identify how many people in the car?
Most patrols generally have 2.
Okay.
And one would be targeting the suspect, and one would have weapons ready for other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sinless.
You're advertising and broadcasting, you must have some sort of form of identification. Please produce identification.
Okay, I'll have to.
Could you produce some money as identification? Would that?
How much would it cost to bribe off 2 cops?
Probably about 50 to 100 credits, depending on how much you want them to go
Okay.
and forget you.
Yeah. So with 200. So how do you actually transfer credits across?
Basically, you can the equivalent of touch phones.
Okay. Well, okay, I'll.
You've got charm.
Yes, but the problem is inputting the credits into the. I'm not very good with bloody
It's
phones.
like, I'm going to give them 200 credits. Bink! 20,000
Yes,
past.
and you can be saying to the things that, hey officers, can we do this later? You're dropping a good night. Look.
These things are voice activated as well.
What about if I slid in there and offered them some credits to help my toy boy continue on in their night?
Well, because hopefully Shadow's guy's not actually directly connected with Wes at all. Wes.
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 Wes. Sorry, Wes.
Wish.
Well, I'm just trying to think of a way to get around it, but...
Okay, being charming, because I actually am.
I was going to say,
Would identification of 200 be able to be enough?
A light blinks off and you can sort of see the officers now. One of them does have what appears to be a high velocity shotgun pointed in your direction. He goes, sure, that sounds like a good
solid ID?
good solid ID.
Yep.
He just recommends that you skip the next few nights. It's rather dangerous after right now.
Okay. Thank you for your concern.
And
now I'm 200.
Not so far.
So,
No
I'll
competition.
reimburse you.
No. Reimbursement is getting rid of the bloody chip off and getting rid of it.
And you see that move along. It seems to be checking out all the advertised streetwalkers.
Yes, there is only one.
Sounds like they're doing their due diligence, actually.
Or they're collecting.
Yeah. They're tithe.
Well, hey, if the person's alive at the end of the night when they come down the next day, they've done their job.
Yeah.
If they're dead, it's like, oh well. Maybe next time. So yes,
Go through their pockets.
yes, I'm sure either that or take him to Miracle Max, but I'm sure he'll suggest the same thing.
Depends on the size of the pill. It's chocolate
Yeah,
coated.
and what Miracle Max forgot to say, it's actually a suppository.
Yeah, look, let's move along.
Okay, so you've been there for about another half hour in the wind and rain. Stinging a little bit even for you.
Damn, this acid rain.
Mum,
Yep.
what's the weather been like the last 4 nights?
It's
I'm assuming it's pretty cold, pretty regularly wind and rain type stuff around here.
hasn't been as bad. Tonight seems to be a bit worse than it has been of late.
Yeah, that's the reason why I went for Scotland, because the only thing I could think of that was wet all the time.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. But it's more the idea that it's not like a bit of rain is necessarily automatically going to scare him off because he's been active in the rain previously.
And basically people out no matter what sort of weather.
Someone who's killing 4 to 5 people a day, weather's not going to put them off that kind of...
Well, it also probably works on the idea it gives you better cover.
Yeah, that's true.
And about half an hour after you deal with the officer, you hear a voice yell out of one of the nearby windows. Hey Starry, your constellation is showing.
Is that towards him? Okay, cool. Just checking, because of the name.
I'm assuming that Desmond didn't hear that, because hopefully he's far enough away that it wasn't audible.
If he shouted it, it definitely was.
It
No,
wasn't.
I'm working on the idea that Desmond probably, he's maintaining at least a block distance between us.
How the hell are you going to see me then?
He's got good eyes.
Through the crosshairs.
Yeah, and it's also heavily raining.
He's got good eyes.
Mm.
He's paid well for them.
And he wants to be just far enough he doesn't get too much detail. Yeah, the wind does blow the kill time every now and then.
The thing is, I probably look better than he does.
Depends on what Desmond's preferences are. Moving along.
Okay, so basically what you picked up from what the squatter was yelling at you, you recognize that as a term for you look like an undercover cop.
So you're not obvious enough, toy boy. We might have to rough up your look some. Or brighten it up.
Okay.
But the
So,
Either that or your support is visible.
Your support as in me?
And you and Desrin, or you
Well,
or Desrin.
Can
I
try
think it's
and
more the
stealth?
support because
Can I try stealthing?
I think the support
You can
probably
try
sounds like you say the reference to he called you a starry, but then referred to your constellation.
Yeah, that
Potentially
would be
refers
support.
to other stars nearby.
It is generally referring to the fact that you look like an undercover cop and people are looking out for you.
Yeah.
That you can see.
So I would try stealth a bit better,
Mhm.
hide in the shadows a bit more.
You can.
And possibly you might have got back a bit further. And Desmond's got back, he'll got back another half block or something as well. If you send back the message saying fall back.
Yeah.
So, because that's I don't know whether Desmond would have heard it from where he was, but
Well, I text you that we need to cover up a bit more.
Okay. So you get a bit more distance between you and Walt.
so I don't know that I guess Desmond's distance is he's maintaining probably long range, I guess.
Yep.
I'm not sure what I need to do to stealth, but
I'm assuming that you're trying to keep out of sight
Yeah.
and come out when needed.
keep in the shadows, that kind of thing.
Okay, so while you're standing off there feeling a little more by yourself, not seeing the others, because the van itself is pulled a bit further away, you see someone moving through the rain so fast it's hard to actually see them. Basically, your eyes having trouble keeping up with them.
Call out to them, so that.
so they're fast or actually
They're fast. They're fast enough that you have trouble keeping up with them with your eyes.
okay, that looks bad.
And they come right up to you and stop. Before you have the equivalent of 2 heartbeats. Covering about 200 meters in that time.
Okay.
Can Desmond have a perception check to see if he's being approached?
You can.
Yes,
What
there's
is-
somebody standing right in front of me.
What is Desrin's perception?
Where am I? Perception,
My perception's not.
cunning, 2 dice, 1 of yellow.
Okay.
I'd like to do the same. And I think I'm the same.
Okay, so Desrin doesn't notice what's going on,
All good?
and
Ignorance is bliss.
he also gets 2 strain on top of that, trying to keep watching what's going on.
Okay.
Because hey, the rain and the lightning and all that sort of stuff going on.
And driving and
he's a little
I
distracted.
understand there's a lot happening. That's all good. Don't worry, Bob, I've got you clearly under control. It's all good.
So
And,
even with those crosshairs, not necessarily quite good.
and we have Shadowstar also having a watch.
Just to make sure, I don't know if I'm exactly the same as Jeremy, but I've got a cunning.
Besides, this guy, I'm sure this guy's going to be a legitimate customer. It's all good.
I've got advantages I don't have.
So you end up with 1 strain as well.
Strain, so that's 3 strain.
Do I have any advantages on my mark?
You did not.
Okay.
You had you had 2 disadvantages in the end, which is what you got your 2 strain from.
Right, the same time. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you get no notification from the others, anyone that has spotted anything. As the guy asks you something rather
So I
politely.
didn't see either.
You didn't see either. You didn't hear him the first time because there was a crack of thunder as he was talking. He speaks up again and says, "Do you know what time it is?"
not killing time. That is not the answer. Womping time?
Icky thump!
Epi thump
What?
time.
You attack him?
He just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was trying to dodge the rain.
So, what is your melee?
He's too close to blast him, is he?
You didn't bring your gun with you.
No, I brought me Icky thump.
Yeah.
I said blast him.
Blast him? Okay, do you have close combat?
No, that's a problem.
Then no, you can't actually hit him with your ranged magic. He's within your reach.
So I'm reckoning I'm going against a master. And I can't withdraw, can I? Because then he'll attack me.
You're not sure. Okay, so I shall give you a vigilance roll to see if you'll go before he does.
I think I should do that, vigilance. Get
Okay, he's rolling for him.
So that'd be 3 green for me. Or is it based off willpower?
It's based off.
Cunning or-
Leave it as willpower
Okay.
because you're
Okay,
surprised.
so it's 4 blue then. 4 green.
Okay, so 4 green. Okay, so yes, 1 success and 5 advantages for us.
Can I use those advantages to make myself feel a little better?
No, because this is only an issue.
It's purely initiative.
Because there are no difficulty dice rolls in opposition.
You would have been fine if you just had said 10:30.
I don't have a watch on me, and I don't know how to use the phone.
You could have said party time.
Hey phone, hey phone, what time is it? Okay.
No, then
Sorry,
Suri.
okay, that would have been a poker one too. It would have been
No,
time to a good time.
No. Basically, Suri mentions it saying, yells out, Icky thump!
Okay, so yes, what are you going to do now that you've been surprised and he's asked you what time it is? He hasn't attacked you yet. Yet. So you're going to hit him with your bat?
We can, yeah, what
Actually, what time is it?
You're not sure because you don't have a, you can't use your phone. You just said that.
No, I'll
Hey, consider what you're advertising. It's obviously time for a good time.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll
Party
take it.
time.
I'll take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and say, yes, it's party time. But did he say it with an English accent?
He did not. He had an Indian sort of accent.
Indian.
Or the Amerindian, as they call it. American Indian.
Okay, is this guy that we're after American Indian?
You're not sure. You haven't got that much intel.
All I know, we don't even know what the bloody he looks like.
No, we know nothing. That's why we're on a fishing expedition.
Well, we did get some very basic information from Val.
Which you didn't.
Sorry?
I said, which you
Yeah,
didn't.
the fact that Deacon might not have told him what we got told is actually terrible, but hey.
You never quite passed it on.
No, we did ask, but he didn't give us much.
Okay, so yes. After you say, was it party time?
Yeah.
I don't know, party time. And then before you can say anything, he is gone from sight.
Does Deacon see him disappear?
Let's see, what is your perception again?
The one green, one yellow.
And me too.
And he also gets a removes the black dice.
Okay.
Well, that. Okay, well, basically you need to re-roll it then.
Oh, sorry. 2 black dice, not 3.
We should do the same thing anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so that ended up being the perfect number of successes taken away. And Desrin's looking directly at a lightning strike and gets 4 strain.
Ow.
And you're using those filters to allow you to see right in the dark. And this strike just went straight through your filters.
Is Shadow CD?
Let's find out.
Okay, so Bolt doesn't even move that fast.
Bolt's not a cybered person. Cyberware can move faster than organics.
It's cheating.
They have the capability to do so. Okay, so the sounds of lightning and the sounds of thunder and all the lightning around you does take your awareness away from you, and your ears are ringing, giving you and also full strain.
Sorry guys, I'll be on mute for a moment.
Yep.
So my support team is probably going to end up being unconscious before they can help you.
Yeah, sorry.
Probably.
Well, it seems he's disappeared, so...
We're going to have to try to look around for them.
Okay.
What's your cunning?
My cunning's currently 3.
Okay, you got a better chance of seeing him than we do.
No, not really. I've still got the same amount of difficulty. Which is probably going to, if he rolls badly, I can probably knock myself out.
It'd make for an interesting night.
Yeah, because I fainted.
Okay, so what is your perception again?
I don't have the skill of perception.
So you have
3 green.
3 green.
Where do you write perception down?
Perception falls under skills.
Yeah, like I've got athletics and discipline.
So no,
Sorry, guys.
all good. You have to head off.
No, it was okay. Going forward, so I can't actually learn how to play, which is going at the moment. So, what's not, sorry, Wes, not dead yet?
Not dead yet, but he's looking around. He doesn't notice anything. He's not taking any strain at the moment.
We are, at the
Oh,
moment,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, except he's now spooked.
a fairly...
Desmond's always unconscious at the wheel.
I'm sure if that car goes over, there's no real bad thing happening.
Funnily enough, I'm not doing too bad. I've still got 5 strain left.
That's terrible, actually.
Well, it's better than being unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, though. I've got soak. Soak changes
No,
everything.
so doesn't.
Not that.
Oh,
No effect on the strain.
Okay, alright. Well, that's good to know. Is that wounds then that soak has the...
Yes.
Yeah, so effect will reduce the wounds you'll have.
It affects the damage, not the. So if you take stun damage, it affects that. If you take physical damage, it affects that. But if you take strain is separate.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like that's an interesting result. So your cravat is sliced to pieces in a blink of an eye.
Oh, please don't kill more.
No,
Did Wes get another guess?
he got another guess, yes. Just that there was no successes, but a triumph. So the neckwear has been destroyed in the throat slash from behind
Wow.
that you didn't hear.
Yeah.
That's not the same person. Okay, so yes, Womp, you get to make another surprise test, which I think is 4 green for you.
Yep.
So that's a pretty good one for you. 4 successes.
Are we all rolling this yet?
Once he calls out to you guys, you can then roll as well.
Motherfucker!
Take out my mother.
My
Where
there is the Ripple also gets to roll.
I thought with your English accent it'd be something along the lines of bollocks.
No, I'm dropping the bloody.
You're F-bombing.
So, looks like you get to go before he does. So yes, you can
possibly
call out
the
and let everyone know as a maneuver.
Can I put my back against the wall so he can't bloody attack me again?
You can.
You know, I try to work out where the fucker is.
You can.
Probably
But
right in front of you when you turn around.
If you put your back against the wall, yeah.
so you put your back against the wall as your maneuver.
Yeah, so he can't do any back attacks, and I'm just trying to work out where the hell he is.
Okay. What is your perception again?
Is 3 green.
3 green versus his ability to hide and be invisible.
Ooh! I know what I can do.
What's that?
I am going to look astral.
You're going to look astrally? So you're going to spend an action to...
Yeah, basically I'll have to do this spend to.
Okay, so as you... What's your magic rating?
2.
2. Does that mean we add 2 of these dice to your skill check?
Which is 3 yellow, 1 blue, 1 green.
1 green, and because you're looking astrally, I believe that is 1 purple.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you have any spells that actually cause strain damage? Just like on the opponent?
No, not
I don't know if
yet.
it's possible, but...
So you get a triumph,
Which I can use that as a crit. Yeah.
except you can't use it to crit on looking astrally.
Yeah, I know. Just
Okay, so
I feel a bit better too.
looking astrally, you see the presence of no one.
Holy fuck, he's always like he's fully cyborg. He should still have some essence in him.
And then you notice the slight little almost like tendrils and lines and stuff moving and pulsing.
So barely astrally.
But basically, you think you're seeing the most sighted person you've ever astrally perceived in your life standing before you.
How the fuck did he still alive? He's more robot than.
Well, that's probably the other aspect which is why it's so hard to quite actually is that there's not very much of a human soul left in that.
Okay, targeting him. So basically, I can't do anything until next round. That's if I survive.
I was going to say, escaping might be a good move right
And,
now.
and you haven't contacted the elders yet.
Other than yelling motherfucker and back to the wall.
Do we, well, in our effective action,
Yeah, you. Oh.
can
Can you see that my I've now in distress and I've got my back against the wall?
Except for the fact that they've been watching for hours at this point.
Yeah, that's right. So I would think that there's probably no reason why Dave would necessarily move the band on that moment in time. But
I might have heard you, but I might be able to...
be moving forward still if Walt was actually in the process of moving forward when the guy came out
You
behind
get
him.
an average check for Shadowstar with the noise of the thunder. Shadowstar does here. And Shadowstar will take 2 strain. But Shadowstar gets to roll her vigilance. What is Shadowstar's vigilance? So for her, that is willpower.
Oh, it's only 1. Wow. Why did I pick intellect? You told me intellect would help me a lot. It turns out intellect is the thing I use the least in this game.
No. Your spell casting is going to be based off intellect. It is. It's just that you haven't been trained yet.
No.
It's like the thing is, my spell casting is going to be based off my. I think it was either based off my willpower and cunning.
Okay, so yes. You did hear, but the Ripper does go before you. Okay.
Did you say 2 more strain?
2 more strain, so you're at 9 strain at the moment. keeping yourself vigilant in heavy weather is not always easy. Do you have? You don't have any armor on at the moment.
I've only got the jacket, which gives me.
Other than on my neck, this is now being destroyed.
In addition to 2 soak, I have, as you said,
So-
for different things.
No,
So I got 3 soak all up.
Yeah,
No,
so-
I meant for the troll.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't. I don't
Yeah.
have any defense. Currently, I've got a soak of
Sorry.
5 instead of 6.
Okay, so he comes at you with some razors, and apparently you are dodging like a the wall was the thing that saved you. Do you think?
Yeah.
Without the wall, you probably would have gone down. Considering he got a flat 0 on his check.
Yeah.
But he tried. Okay, so Ariadna, Shadowstar thinks something is wrong happening near wall.
So it's up to me to try and do something.
As a maneuver, you can tell Desrin that something's up.
Yeah, I think we're going to need help. How, like, do I get a maneuver and an action?
You get a maneuver and an action that you can do for free. You can get a second maneuver if you take 2 strain.
Okay, well, I don't have much more strain left, so I don't want to take any more strain. Definitely want to let Desrin know that we're in trouble. Is trying to get Womp to safety a feasible option? Because I presume I can't see anyone to attack.
You can't see at the moment.
And is an action getting up next to Womp?
It's a maneuver to get up to him.
Right.
So you'll be spending your maneuver to make a phone call.
You don't get 2 maneuvers, no action type thing, right?
You can get the second maneuver if you spend 2 strain.
Right.
You don't get a free second maneuver.
Yeah, unless you happen to be those puppy dog things.
But that's only for movement.
Yeah.
And that's only if they do the movement second.
What do you mean puppy dog things?
Bolt
has the ability to run twice.
I see.
Bolt can run after doing a maneuver
As a canine.
as a free thing, as long as the free maneuver is the second maneuver.
So, if I can't... Sorry, this doesn't make sense.
So you're busily letting.
So you might,
Children know.
probably your best actions might be tell me that the guy here.
But Martin said that's a
And-
maneuver, not an action.
And then get your weapons out.
Okay, so...
Or your action might be to move a bit closer where you can see now.
Yeah, well that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what Martin's kind of... It's not his fault. I'm getting confused by the term maneuver versus the term action. And whether or not I can let you know and move up next to Womp. But he's like, that's 2 maneuvers.
Well, you probably wouldn't be able to move up next to him because I'm assuming you're far enough away that you'd be at least, well, whatever the equivalent is, range medium or something
Yeah.
on foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely need
So
to
I
get
guess-
a
Okay, so sorry. Yes, you can give up your action for a maneuver without spending the extra cost.
Yeah. So I want to get close to Womp and alert Desrin.
Okay, so you alert Tesra you look around the corner and see Womp up against a wall,
Okay.
and that ends your.
and
Yeah.
the remains of a cravat instead.
And so, Jeremy, what is your character's vigilance again? If you
One
don't-
die.
1 die. Okay. So you
One
get.
green. Sorry, okay?
Yeah, you ended up with 1 success all up for that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'd say you'll be acting next round because you'll go before he does. Okay, so that means a party member can now go.
Yes, I'm gonna blast him with Ecky Thump because I know where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
But he is engaged with you.
okay.
Yeah, because when he moved to attack you, he had to engage.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to step away and blast you.
You can do a maneuver to move out of engaged.
Yeah, well, I'll do that, but I've still got my back, so he has to can only attack me with front face as such.
Okay.
And since I am divine, I'm still going to use holy on him. It might work.
He has 5 dice added to the black dice for his cyber darkness.
Yeah.
Is
So
your
I've
maneuver to get out
got
of
3 yellow and 1 green.
And 1 green.
Is your maneuver to get out of engaged range taking you?
It will take me to close. I can attack him while I'm in close, but not in
No. Well, you can't get engaged.
And the difficulty of the spell you're throwing?
Are you going to
I think it's just
the other side of where Genesys is, or on the same side?
so since I'm using it as holy, it doesn't change it because I'm using a holy item.
Okay. So
I don't have any other upgrades.
Okay, so because of who he is, there's that. And there's an extra black for his defense.
Yep, and then you've got the white dice.
I have the 2 white dice. Okay, so
I don't think there's enough dice.
Ooh. Ooh. Still him.
So what's all the ooze?
so that means he ends up with 2 successes with a possible 3rd success, which you could turn into a advantage instead. So you have a choice of advantage or success with that white dice.
I'll go for an additional success because I'm going to be taking that strain anyway.
Additional success. Well, you take 2. You're taking 2 strain. That will make it 3 strain.
Yeah. I prefer doing more damage to him than.
Okay. And with the black, okay, so that can be taken as a failure or a threat. So I'm going to make it a threat. So with 2 threats, you can either take 2 wounds or 4 strain.
I'll take 2 wounds.
Okay.
Which I can unfortunately soak. But
Wounds
wounds
2
currently
and
higher than strain.
Strain 5. So you're at
I know
5.
you can cope the wounds that are taken for yourself, Captain.
No. I'm going from 16 down to 14.
Oh, yeah, so you can take that.
I could take the
Not-
damage.
not
That's why
so
that's why I normally take the damage. That's why you find
Yeah,
that
okay,
I'm
but use the term soak.
No, I said I can't soak it.
Okay.
What is your damage?
So it's 4. So it's 7 because 3 successes.
Yep.
How does the rest work?
Let me have a quick look at the.
And it's easy unholy. Easy being because he takes more damage if that.
Okay, so
Sounds unholy.
I know he sounds unholy, but I don't think he is.
So damage is equal to the attribute of the skill. So
The skill or the stat?
attribute of the skill.
Okay, well the skill's 3 then.
So you're doing 3 damage,
Because my divine skill is
and your successes, because you haven't added in one of the you did holy.
3. I did
So
holy, but I get cast holy for as easy thing because I got a holy.
so
item.
as holy, that would have done 6 extra damage to a spirit or an undead, but it doesn't apply to him.
No.
Yeah.
So yes, you do 3 damage with that,
Which probably counts as.
and it doesn't get through his soak. You
Yeah.
see it basically just absorb into him.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
But does it get lit up?
He doesn't get lit up.
Sounds like he's
Yeah. Magic doesn't work as well on him.
No, I actually did hit it, but I just worked out. Next one, I'm going to work out how to do illusionary spells, and then bloody drop them on them. So therefore, your stealth ain't gonna work.
Okay, so that is now another player gets to go. Which player wishes to go?
Do you want to have a shot, Desmond?
Well, I don't know whether we act or move since I'm actually driving, but my intent would actually go from, I guess I'll go from long range, close up to medium, on the idea that actually working well with his side of my cyber eyes.
You can do that.
Is it a down maneuver or an action?
Maneuver.
Okay. In that case, then I'll use an action to line up the sniper rifle. I don't really like to shoot that immediately.
Well, technically you can shoot because lining up is the maneuver. You can shoot without lining up. You get the maximum you can get is 2 aims in a round that you shoot in.
Okay. Yeah. I will take a shot then.
This is the reason why I wanted to bring my hand cannon.
So that's 5
You give me
green.
the hand cannon.
5 green.
Listen, I have something.
Where are
I've
we?
got something.
No, you've got my stuff, so you do have
Accurate
it.
2 is 2.
Does it require extra
Okay.
skill to use it?
I can't remember the accurate of the does, but
You won't be able to use it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Pierce 2
Yeah, it's
avoids
designed for a
2 of its
Yeah.
soak.
Yeah.
And accurate 2, I believe, adds blue dice.
And obviously there's one less black dice if they like if there's still modifiers for bane or whatever.
Well, let's see. With that, it looks quite good. We've got 2.
And I'll use a dice to flip one of the green to a yellow. One of the tokens.
It means you have to re-roll everything again.
Okay, so I can quickly do that. I also forgot
Sorry.
adding the extra dice. So here's
I can assure you I didn't see any of the result when I made that statement.
Oh, you did previously. But now it's
I wasn't even looking at the screen at the moment in time, I was looking at my character sheet. No, he's going for centre of mass, not the head.
okay, so that is
Good call.
3 net hits on top of your damage.
I'll probably hurt him, hopefully.
So how much does your weapon do?
Where am I here? What's it gone? Damage 9.
That means it will do 12 with a pierce of 2, meaning he drops it by 3 instead of 5, meaning he takes 9 damage.
ow.
Yeah.
Did I get any advantages left over from that?
Was it 1, isn't it?
You had no advantages left over.
No advantages? Okay.
All the advantages were cleaned out.
No, isn't it? You got
But
advantage.
that wipes it out because I had a success on that. I left the dice as the
Okay, then that's 4, not 3 successes.
Once
The other green one cancelling out those two.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's all good. I'm happy with that. Because,
Okay, so that was a good hit.
well,
So you got his attention.
but I'm still medium range melee.
It doesn't make any difference. If he knows where you are, you're dead.
Okay, he closes up with Womp again and goes for Womp. So he spends a maneuver to move in, and then he swings and attacks. Okay, so that one's sort of cocked, so he shall reroll. Okay, so he got 1 net success. He actually managed to hit you this time. And you feel it stab into you. It has bypassed your armor, your soak, as you take 3 damage.
It's alright, I'm still positive.
Can you go in the negative?
But you can.
I don't want to
It's
go.
not healthy.
Yeah, I don't want to go negative with this. I reckon he's got nasty effects when he crits.
Well, he might do the equivalent of all I've got to do is roll 50 to kill someone.
I don't
On a
know
percentile
what that
die.
means, yeah.
Yeah, which most likely he'll have due to the fact that he's probably got some assassin techniques.
Okay, so yes, he does that, but then it is Shadow Star's go. You can see here, you can see this person stabbing Womp.
I gather my shotgun's more powerful than my pistol. The only other thing I've got is a grenade. I'm pretty sure I don't want to use that.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend a shotgun
I
or
knew I
someone's
was going
gun.
for the paint
Well,
grenade.
I don't believe it's a scatter gun. I believe it
Oh, is
is
it?
the equivalent of
heavy slug?
skeet shooting slug sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like a yeah. It's one of the other games Martin said it's more powerful than my pistol in general. And really all I've got is like 2 pistols and a shotgun.
Okay,
and a
would you
grenade.
like to aim and fire?
Yes. Please.
Okay, so looking up Shadow Star so I get the
I
right
gather
stuff
I'm
for
right
you.
though about that, the shotgun being more powerful than the pistol.
The shotgun is more powerful. It also, would you like to go full auto on him? Which
That
means
sounds good, so I don't understand why I'd say no.
it makes it harder to hit, but you end up with more damage when you do hit.
I think I need the more damage.
Okay. The shotgun has last 5.
Oh yeah, it does. But hey, you do have a troll there who has a soak of 5, so technically you won't take any damage from it.
And probably the other main reason between shotgun and a pistol would be we said you close up the short range.
Yeah.
Yep, so that means your shotgun is now in range.
Yeah.
Whereas your pistol, like previously, it was out of range. So
Yeah.
the pistol could have got immediate, but the shotgun couldn't.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so the dice pool is in your favor. Good. Difficulty went up for the auto fire. Okay, so technically.
So what do all those mean?
So this means it's a success. That means that advantages. That's the disadvantage. So if I take out all the ones that don't do anything,
You're feeling good.
you were
Feeling good and being effective, 2 different things.
you were very close to having the auto fire trigger.
Oh,
So
but not.
but it didn't come off. But hey, you still did 8 damage with the hit. So then the guy soak comes
I was going to
into.
say, how much soap does he have?
Can we get back to the page?
did you get any advantages?
1 advantage.
Because you couldn't figure knockdown.
What's knockdown?
Knockdown triggers one target hit by attack knock prone.
Needs
okay.
needs 2 advantages to trigger anything unless it says 1 advantage in knockdown.
Whereas it, oh, sorry, yeah. When looking at it, I was looking at it and it's 2 advantages, but it crossed over a line. So it looked like 1 advantage to get in the line, and it came like another advantage to give you the next line.
That's
Yeah.
all good. Knowing how it works does help.
I don't need 1 advantage. Oh, that's not A, it's done the next line, that's advantage.
Okay, so yes, you hit him quite soundly. And then it becomes a new round. Who wants to go first?
Desmond gets to shoot again.
There's make another shot.
Desrin will take another shot. This time Desrin can aim. Would Desrin like to aim once or twice?
And so he's got the blue dice for that, 2 blues for accurate, and the 5 green, and
You definitely need to get skilled.
so and you'll take
He's
so
got skill?
you'll go for it again. If you've got another token.
Okay.
Well, that's right. We can use. Forgot about flipping stuff.
What's that?
Obviously, the skill is actually in range light, not range heavy.
As is Shadow Stars.
Because I've got a skill in ranged light.
Yeah, that's good for your shotgun and pistol,
Yeah.
but for my sniper rifle, because I normally only use pistol previously,
Yeah, I know.
And
So-
with the shotgun, that's much more style. But yeah,
So Desrin got 2 advantages and 2 net hits.
What
Okay.
does that mean?
So that means the 2 net hits add to the damage. The 2 advantages can be applied to reduce his strain. He
Okay.
can reduce his strain by 1 and add 1 to the next person to attack.
I'll add a blue dice to the next and we do 1 strain. Yep.
Yep.
So now I'm only 50% unconscious.
Yeah.
Well, you feel better for shooting someone.
Good times.
So it does 9, so that means it will do 11, which means it drops by 3. So yes, Desrin hits him quite soundly that it knocks him down. Now let's see just exactly how badly it knocks him down. Does your sniper rifle have vicious, or do you have vicious?
No, it's the shotgun got vicious. The sniper rifle's got is accurate, as well as limited ammo.
So basically, you need to get ammo that does vicious.
Hey, the sniper rifle doing 9 points damage in the hands of Desmond, it doesn't really vicious.
Okay, so hitting a 31. Okay, so yes, if it had just triggered the critical hit, it would have just stunned him.
Oh.
But because you took him
So
down,
close.
the crit can actually kill someone. So that's why the crit is always rolled on someone where it's important.
Yep.
And yes, you have knocked him down with your shot.
Okay, I am going to try to take his head off.
Don't touch his head.
No, take his head off. By his neck.
You reach down and try to pull it off.
No, I'm going to crush his throat and that with the baton and just basically try brute force to remove
You
his...
remember he's mostly cybernetics though.
I know! I don't have any guns or something!
You could let me go first and I could shoot at him.
Well, he's most likely going to be down for about an hour.
Okay, I'm going to make sure he stays down.
Okay.
Or just take his chip out.
Yeah.
How?
Hold on for the next start take his chip out.
I'm going to still crush his throat.
Okay, so yes, you spend time crushing his throat.
While they're
Is
running
he
up
down enough for me to try and get to the chip?
But you've got an action after he starts crushing for it, so you can probably close if you want to up to...
Yeah, I think I should do that. Do
Well,
I...
you may not be able to engage to try to take the chip out. I don't know if... Because that's 2 movements, isn't it? Go from medium to close. Oh no, you're already close.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm
really
already
close.
close, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he need any more killing? For lack of a better
Well, he hasn't killed him yet, but he's done some damage.
word? Right.
And
you said he's like
Don't-
not get up for another hour at this
I
point?
don't know if we get effectively 3 actions during this system, but if we do, they will say, get the chip out of here, it'll disable him.
Okay. Do I know how to get the chip out?
yep, it's basically you basically push the chip and it pops
My
out.
action would be to just get the chip.
So it's a bit hard with a troll stomping on the person.
I say, Womp, look, ice cream! And hopefully Womp looks at the ice cream and I
Does
can
one
get
get
in there.
distracted?
No, but I was saying because she's there Andronicus walks up, probably pops the chip out of her.
Yeah,
And then when she pops out
I
the chip,
will-
I'll still continue
I will-
getting my frustration out of him.
I will gently, or not so gently, move in and get the chip regardless of Womp's position.
And this is where we find out that he has got a chip, this is just some random guy looking for a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you pop the chip out and there's a burning smell.
Oh, okay. Is the chip fried or is it the person that...
Well, hard to tell because it is currently being stomped upon.
No, I'm waiting for her to pull the chip out before I...
So you
Yeah.
pull the chip out.
Yeah, the burning smell, is that associated to the body or to the chip?
What you think it's associated with the body?
Okay, alright. I secure the chip and let Womp stomp. as much as he
then
likes.
then I'll go after settling down. You're going to call your detective friend that you managed to solve the slasher case.
I'll put a call through to Harry.
So you're going to get someone who didn't commit the murders to go down for the murder.
Oh, we don't know that he committed the murders?
No, the personality completely. He has no memory of this.
I
You're
see.
going to send
I
someone to
forgot
prison
about that. No.
who didn't actually do
Thank you.
that.
No memory of any Cleopatra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but you remember, I have no idea with
Now that
technology.
we've got the chip
It
out,
had been spoken to.
Yes,
at
but
some
the thing is,
I might...
But
technology.
it's also got to be that considering we've just been firing sniper rifle shots and other things in the middle and put the Barrens,
Now
which is
that...
always going to draw immediate attention, but
We'll draw
you
attention.
don't need to stay put before you do anything more.
So
You
what
can
I
move
want
on.
to do is, this guy
I would want to kick him in the
is-
balls, but it's probably cybernetic there as well.
Might be a spur.
This guy is possibly an innocent bystander once the chip's removed, because I had forgotten about Val and all that stuff.
Well, Griffin can't be innocent.
Well, is this guy, do we know?
All you know is he's fairly competent Shadowrunner, but he does work for the corporations, which all Shadowrunners do.
Does he have an idea or anything like that?
Why don't you speak to the Cleopatra one who happens to know him? Whoever they
Well,
are.
what I'm trying to figure out is, should we chuck him in the back of the van and take him by the docks? And,
Well,
at least
they're
put
going
him
to
in
wing
to
the
get
van
some...
up anyway.
Well, you can toss him in the back of the van, jump into the van, and keep finish there for the night, and leave it as next
Yeah.
session's problem.
Well, look,
Yeah, and I'll
Because-
heal myself and then fall unconscious.
because he might be an innocent bystander, I'll chuck him in the van. And we
You
might
d-
be able to get more information from him, I
You
guess.
don't happen to have anything that's strong enough to keep cyber psychos tied up, Desmond?
Oh, well...
Hey, we could use the motorcycle chain.
Was he only a cyber psycho, though, because of the chip?
Well,
He's going to be waking up with a...
He was heavily cybered because he was a street samurai.
Yeah.
Etc.
He has no essence. He shouldn't be alive.
No, he still has essence, he just doesn't have that much of it.
Whatever.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's like you're closer to the dragon. The dragon I got blinded.
I'm
This thing is
guessing
a-
that Wampus is not in favour of helping this guy. Desrin, where are you? Do we leave him on the street?
No, we have to take him anyway.
No.
Alright, so...
It's either that or street rats are going to grab him. Yeah, street rats will grab him.
Okay, so I chuck him in the back of the van.
They took money on that way.
Yeah.
God, Desmond's going, yes, yeah, I want that.
Except currently, some of it has puncture wounds in it.
Hey, no. He doesn't
He's only got 3 shots, 3 holes. And his throat's crushed. Slightly.
So yes, you drive off in the rain as you hear sirens come pouring into the area.
And the only thing of evidence that it was occurred is a shredded cravat.
And probably the blood to be washed away.
Yeah,
Oh, the
thanks
blood's
to
already
the
gone.
rain.
And yes, you have successfully managed to capture Jack the Ripper.
Wow.
Using a troll as bait.
Woo, see?
The logical way.
It was worth it.
Well, they face it.
Yeah, it was lucky that 2 attacks didn't get hit.
Well, it wasn't lucky. It was design. Because if it had been Shadow or Dex would have been bait,
Yeah, we would have both
we would have
died.
gone on fire first attack, let alone anything
Yeah,
else.
no doubt at all that we would have both kicked it, unfortunately. That's amazing.
Not that the Dex would have been because I'm not bait anyway.
Thank you, Ross/Womp, for the visual of a kilted up troll. Played a toy boy with a cravat.
Well, okay. It was perfectly understandable. It was a cold, wet night.
Exactly.
Perfectly left scarf.
Yeah. No, I think that went down well. I really like the choice. It was a good one.
Okay, well, thanks very much, guys.
Yep.
Thank you for playing.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
Yep.
Good weekend. We'll see you
Next.
possibly on Sunday, depending on how things go.
Yep.
But Certainly on Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Not the Wednesday.
Star Wars Tuesday, yes.
Yeah.
So, if we don't see you, have a good weekend. If we do, we'll try out some of Paul's new games.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Some of these games are really
Bye now.
good.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Yeah. See ya.
I have to work out why.